have enough.
You just do the GM things. Trust me, I got it.
5 levels with gold.
Don't you worry.
Like, yeah, just train. I'm like, oh, yeah, gold with me, train. Yeah.
So he wants to try to summarize what you last remember.
Well, Zach had it recorded. He probably watched it, so he probably best knows it.
Well, I know what happened. I'm just trying to see.
I'm trying to remember what happened. I just don't remember the very end. Like, we went to an orc encampment. We went to, and then they were like, yo, we got kicked out. We're like, well, we'll help you get your homeland back. And we went to the people that kicked them out, and we killed the leaders while the rest of them killed, like, the other peoples. And then they're like, these guys helped us get our encampment back. Yay! And then we were friends with them. And then we were like, we're going to come back to town. And we're going to tell them that one of the orc people are going to come in, he's going to be friendly, and then we're going to come back, and we're going to have a friend come in, don't worry about it, and then we're going to leave, and going to go back and pick him up, and then he's going to come back because he wants to go to the
sounds like you remember all of it. Great job.
Alright.
And then we each got a gift.
Oh yeah, I got a sword thing. Yes.
Cool.
Yeah, I got a
And that's what happened to us.
And we're just in the process of going to the mayor telling him about this weird scenario we got. That one of course wants to come here.
Yeah. I think we made it back, maybe?
Yes, I think we did because we got the gold.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think we just collected our gold right afterwards.
Who paid us for this one?
The steward actually paid you. He sent a messenger to deliver the gold to you in a few days afterwards.
Right. Okay.
How it kind of transpired at the end of the session is I basically just established, yeah, you're getting this much at one point next session. So technically it hadn't quite happened at that point yet.
Okay, I was just trying to remember if we got paid by the orcs or the humans.
Yeah, so chronologically what would have happened is while you were staying at an inn, a couple days later you each would have gotten some gold from a messenger. But yeah, it was the steward. He was paying you basically for alleviating the stress in the town for them all being scared that there was an orc group nearby. So yeah,
Orky, porky.
Okay, yeah. Cool.
Oh, do you want to hand me my dice? It might be useful. Well, your fate stones, huh?
I think these are the only ones I need. Possibly some other ones.
I need the pointy ones so I can stab people with them.
Do you have our people? Probably not.
Nope. They are in there.
Are they? Who are you? You're Charlotte, right?
I got them.
I can be somebody different today. I was Scarlet.
Oh, I was a kid. What were you, Aaron?
I was some big. Oh, it's the orc guy with the big long sword. There we go.
The great gnome right here.
Yes, true. Trolley.
Only if we ever be a character that looks like that.
We're level 3.
We are. We're moving along quite well.
Oh yeah, I didn't finish my level 2 space. I need to open my level 2 space.
And no children are deaths yet. So great.
Oh yeah, we gotta probably save that kid. He's probably long dead now.
Yeah, I hope he's dead.
Yeah, speaking of which, over the course of a couple days,
How would this dead child taste?
well, that's the thing is
You don't know.
You, if I am not mistaken, heard that there was a young boy taken from a farmhouse outside of town. Well, nobody has stepped up to rescue the child, and it's been about a week and a half now. And a lot of the people are in disdain for the government at this point in the town, due to the fact that they feel like the lower class of the city isn't being taken care of, and yeah, there's a bit of turmoil between the city guard and the people.
Alright, let's spark a revolution.
It's pretty well assumed that the child is long gone. I mean, goblins aren't the most patient, hospitable people on the face of the earth. Yeah, so it's a bit of a hectic time in the city. Nobody has quite ventured into the goblin area as far as you guys know, and as far as people know, they have wandered off. Yeah, so that's the thing. The big word on town also is that they've been here. There was this drunk man that stumbled into town one night and was talking about these lights outside in the forest. He was a local drunk. Most people don't seem to believe him too much, but that's one of the things that have been talked about. But yeah, other than that, you guys have basically been doing your thing.
Okay, great.
fucking smash
Somebody do
meat,
something
chopping
because I
it
gotta
up.
look up some
Top
things.
I've got it. We go out and we look for this missing child. The town will be in turmoil. We'll come back. We're gonna be big damn heroes. Even if it's dead. Even if he's not alive anymore, we're still doing something. We're doing more than the people expect of government. And then we can appoint, you know, the wise old wizard to be the mayor of the town.
I don't plan to live here.
We can start our own empire.
Is this in game or out of game?
Sounds fancy, dwarf. Sounds like a lot of
Dwarf,
brain
huh?
work. Elf. Sounds like a lot of brain work. Elf.
You need to get your vision checked.
Sorry, I had dreams about dwarfs. Stubborn
Bunch of
folks.
stubborn drunkards.
Punched my nose. I didn't like it.
So we got our gold, right? We got our
We're
gold.
talking about saving kids, not about gold.
No, we're
Okay.
talking about politics. Fix my head art.
So I'm not there, actually.
I think it's politics.
So I imagine you're probably in the library. You open pretty early in the morning.
Actually,
Power
I'm
and gold
headed to talk
together.
to the mayor.
Infinite.
Oh, all right. So I
Yeah.
imagine you're just like fast forward to the mayor now.
Yeah. At least like to whoever greets me first.
Yeah. So you get to town and the steward Seamus is there.
Okay. How does he greet me?
He's like, oh, it's you, Epicurus.
Yes. I foresee we shall be good friends in the days to come. You seem to how do I put it lightly? You have a city that doesn't like you very much.
Yes, the matter is quite frustrating. I don't think they quite understand how much I want this to be dealt with. It's just, so much. It's just very difficult to find people to venture nowadays. He seems very upset about the matter.
So okay, did the orc person that I talked to, did they like give me anything of like, hey, I want to come to your city type of significance, or did like they just gave me?
Are you talking about Lerma, the Orc Keeper,
Yeah, the shaman I was talking to,
or? Okay, yeah.
or like the chief. I know like we got a head.
I got a sword from.
Yeah, I know you got a
you-
sword. I got
you
a staff.
great sword. You got.
But they didn't like write a
cool
letter
sword, so-
because they didn't have written languages. Right?
And I got a robe with bones of orcs on the hood. It's kinda creepy.
A lot of orcs, but of animals. Because,
I was kinda hoping they were orcs.
they would be really thick bones.
So and then have I brought up the shaman coming to this town?
No.
Before. Okay. I kind of like look off in the distance for like a couple seconds, and then I turn back to Seamus and I say, well, you are you're familiar with what we did earlier in the week, and you know.
Yes, you drove the orcs off.
Yes. Has the town had any former acquaintances, friendly acquaintances with the orc clans?
What are you doing, Elf?
Are you kidding me? They're orcs.
Playing with peanut shells.
I see. Well, I have a
We want to do Elf.
requisition. I think is a word to make.
Epicurus should have some fine venture
proposition.
for us.
Proposition. Yes, thank you. I wish to bring one of their kind to the
You're bored.
city to then
You're bored when you
strengthen
throw these
relations
things.
between the town and the clan.
I don't know if, as of right now, the townspeople are in a flexible enough state of mind to comprehend allowing an orc into their town.
Okay,
Right now.
good. That's what I plan to hear. Now, then we can,
Once there's any fighting going on,
as well as
Let's
some
start a riot.
compensation,
nah, that's too much.
we can arrange a trade.
As much as I like that.
Trade.
We will go find the boy that was lost however long ago,
Are there lost
And,
Vikings?
calm the
That
town's
place
worries
has-
in exchange for you letting
it's all
this
good again.
party of mine bring this orc person to the town.
He kind of sits and ponders the idea. He seems very torn
Mhm.
between the decisions. Obviously, he has like an obvious plea that he wants to jump into, but he's just balancing political struggles. And
As he's like deciding, you can definitely see Epicurus just like being very impatient. Like he's actually not impatient, but he's like acting like he's impatient.
just like tapping his foot or something.
Yeah. Like it, like there's
Pulling
like this
his
sense
beard.
that he's just like about to leave.
Yeah.
You know.
After a moment of kind of just like sitting in obvious frustration, it's like, yes, that'll work. Great. Marvelous. Thank you.
Shall you draw up a contract? Maybe the mayor.
Yes.
Do that.
I will have it
Have
sent.
it in word.
I'll
Yes.
have it sent to you
I
in
realize what's
a
going
few
on.
hours.
I hope so. Really? Without any other words. And then I come back to you, peeps. What are you
What's a
doing?
bunny without ears?
That's
Dinner?
not that. No. Yeah, probably.
But that's better than what I was thinking.
Good. I don't like to know what you're thinking most of the time. So you've heard of this boy that presumably been eaten by goblins, right?
Yes, if we do something about it in the state of unrest in this town, we can gain some leverage to do what we need to do around here.
I agree. I've already made a deal with the steward. Seamus.
Huh?
I take that as a yes. I guess we're on our way. Do we want to leave today? What time is it?
Sure. Where are we going?
What time do you think you would have left for the mayor's?
Probably fairly early. Like it was probably on my mind. like
7
8.
in the morning.
Yeah,
or
8,
8
7 or 8. Whenever, like I didn't want to.
Yeah, you would have known
impede
that
him.
the town hall opens.
Okay, yeah. Then I'm probably there at like 8:30.
We're probably doing our morning thing.
So yeah, it's probably like 9.
Yeah. But then
Alright.
me and Andrew just sitting at the bar. It's like, okay, Epicurus is doing
Waiting
something.
for people.
We're doing our
to
more. We're
wake
doing our,
up.
yeah. So we do our morning. It's the morning routine. Like, what's Epicurus doing? Probably got a task for us.
Don't worry, once we get to higher levels, we'll go around starting fight clubs.
Sounds amazing.
Don't talk about that.
Where were we going?
Hey, it's your
No,
first
no.
time here, so step up.
No. Let's not get carried away. I also heard of some drunken man speaking of funny lights in the forest.
I get that sometimes.
Perhaps. Oh, good. That's nice to know.
Usually happens to the other guy. Okay, pummel him to bits.
Okay. So I think that we should. I mean, we won't be able to go on to this lead today, but perhaps we could, like, maybe.
Do you know the guy's
Deuce.
name?
Yes.
The drunk's name?
Yes.
Cool. What's
Yeah.
his name?
Bob. Now, maybe we
Bob.
could like get Bob to
It's a Monday name.
just like you. Now.
What does Monday mean?
We can get Bob to do some
Yes.
digging for
Yes.
us while we're out
He's
hunting goblins.
We must be able to maybe distract him or send him riddles.
Or
You know.
What's the mail?
persuade him to look into it for more alcohol.
Yes. Ah, what a marvelous idea. Do you
Yeah.
have alcohol?
Is he like gold?
We
How
have
much is a bottle of like decent mead? Or
Like a bottle?
Yeah.
I'd say it's probably about a silver piece.
Okay.
What decent? I think probably gold. I don't know.
not?
Like,
not
are
really
you
a
talking
lot.
about like
It's
just
a
your
mead.
average everyday?
No, like something a little better than this drunk is probably drinking.
Oh, then yeah, that would probably be about 5 silver.
Okay, cool.
Well,
Yes,
of
I
vintage.
think that's probably
Okay.
a good proposition. How shall we contact him without him? You know what I mean. Shall we letters or other people or little birdies?
He might fancy you. Yes, you can't probably tell the difference.
It's true, probably blend in more with the folk you see. I don't think there's any harm in him knowing that we're asking for more information. Besides, he's the one who brought the problem to everyone's attention. Somebody just being interested in him
She
might.
might fancy him. Herb? I don't remember.
Ah, it
You
does
think
not
you might
matter.
take it? You might think it's.
Yeah, I'll
Fancy,
go
yeah.
and seduce Bob.
Okay, great. That's the plan. You hear all that?
Yep.
He's seducing Bob, then we're leaving. Simple
Alright.
as that.
Simple, huh?
Yeah, I think.
What's your name again, Andrew? What's your guy's name?
Leal.
Leal? Leal. Zach's name is very interesting because it's Epicurus. It's like,
I chose one of the gender
Leal.
neutral.
Yeah, neutral gender.
Mine's easy, it's just Grimir. Just Grr. Named after the frost giant Ymir. Just put the Grr in front of it.
Oh, so really, we better hope we don't run into Thor.
Actually, it's really Odin.
Yeah, or Odin. Or any of the gods.
Oh no. Yeah, it's Alright, so I
By the way,
go.
if this guy dies, my next character is actually probably be a very Thor-inspired character. It's a Tempest cleric.
Are you
and
cleric?
he'll be killed by. Well, you know, I'm a monk.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a monk, so that's why
I
we're
get
gonna.
things mixed up.
That's why we're gonna go around starting fight clubs. Here
I
shortly.
see. Yes.
So I can go beat up on half orcs. Alright, so I go because we're already
Oi.
at the.
Boy.
Go ahead.
Nothing.
At the bar, and
Half
I
orcs.
get my. I get some bottles of this slightly fancier mead for Bob, and then I go out. Where are we going to find this?
Well, you gotta
bar?
mark down. Mark
I
down.
think
the
you're
boys.
you're probably like out the door and like, wait, where are you going?
I'm looking for Bob.
What? Where?
I figured you would know.
It's a gift.
Are you, like, shouting right now?
Yeah, probably like. But we're saying Bob, so it can be literally anybody.
You would actually have probably heard or recognized this guy, believe it or not. Like he's a pretty loud drunk. He does actually go to your inn, so you would probably recognize him as a regular, like at the night.
Great,
Yeah.
love it.
Oh, so just going and knocking on Bob's door is an option.
Well, not door. He's homeless, but he visits the inn. Like he's a drunk.
So he's probably passed out in a gutter somewhere in town right now because it's still fairly
an
early.
alley. Yeah.
So is he asleep, or do we see him?
Well,
We
it's
see
like
Bob?
8 in the
Probably,
morning.
probably wake him up Jack Sparrow style. Just pour a little ale on him.
Or we just leave a note on his body with a bottle of mead, and then we leave.
Are you guys
Is he
looking
reading?
for him right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, we want to speak with Bob.
Well, it's
before we
like
head out.
9 in the morning now. You probably have to wander around the city and
Oh, so he's not in here.
No, he's in town, but
All
he's
right,
also-
Okay, so
well,
then,
he's
yeah,
like-
let's carry this here.
he's probably begging for money for.
He's
Booze
probably
right
still passed out and hungover
so,
right now, is my guess.
So
Yeah, we'll wake him up.
Well,
Good wake up slap.
I don't even know where he is.
Can we? Okay, so we asked the
Somebody
barkeep.
knows where he is.
You could
Right.
roll a
Not
investigation or a tracking check. I think it right.
We're gonna do like a let's
Something
Survival.
like that, like survival. You could
Like, we're
see
gonna
if
do
you
like
would.
figure out how we can like find people. We're good at
Okay,
finding
so
people.
survival roll, you said.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's like.
All right, I
so
roll a
do you know
10.
somebody?
Yeah,
It's
you'd
useful.
probably
Do you know somebody? That
you
knows?
walk outside and it had been raining the night before a little bit and the ground's a little soft on the street. There's some slop from the windows up above and you can see like stumble marks going around the corners and you sort of see a trail that you can imagine is probably Bob's, but you're not positive.
So let's follow the trail, kids. Let's go get
You-
Scooby and.
You leave and I'm just sitting there. I don't go at all. Like, goodbye. Bye. Come back soon.
Alright,
I'll think you'll like me.
So you're staying at the inn?
Yeah. And then I go
Yeah.
talk to the barkeep.
I'll stay with Epicurus. Good luck.
I go to the barkeep.
Alright. Hello?
Okay, is this guy's actual name Bob?
Sure.
Everyone is
Do you know Bob the drunkard?
Of course I do.
What's he like?
He's a drunk.
You
You
smell
love
him.
mine. Okay,
And,
tell
and
me
he
more.
doesn't tend to want to ask too many questions of the drunk folk. You just let them get their fix as long as they.
How often is he here?
How often is he gone? Is a better question. He's
Okay.
here every night from about noonday.
Okay. And how much money does he spend?
Quite a bit.
Does he get this? Do you know where he gets this?
As far as I know, begging.
Interesting. Okay. Tell Bob that Jacoby the dragon said hi.
Just
Don't worry about it. You don't want to ask questions. Remember, you just said this. Okay, just tell Bob, Jacoby the dragon.
Probably standing right behind him, this big orc. Oh.
Jacoby the
But Epicurus don't ask questions. You don't ask questions.
Okay, just 1 second. I gotta write that down.
What did you say? Something the dragon? What the hell?
Don't worry. There's all a plan. There's all a plan. There's a plan my madness.
Alright, well,
I'm not doubting it. I'm just curious
I
to see where this
wouldn't
is.
mind passing that favor along for some incentive.
Well, my friend just bought. How many bottles did you just buy?
I bought 2.
Well, my friend just bought 2 more bottles of your. Whatever it's called. I'm about to buy 5 more.
It's a little persuasion check.
Hell, I'm gonna use my inspiration. Here we go. Hey, you got an 8 plus 4, so 12.
Yeah, he's like,
Here. Okay, it's tossing a little bit of silver in your hand.
I'll let Bob know Shinobi the dragon says hi.
Jacoby.
Jacoby, fine. Yes. Alright.
Shinobi's is really.
I do hope like the
grumpy,
invitation
brother.
just be behind you.
I thought you were gonna say his sister or his wife.
No, this is Shinobi. I'm Jacoby.
Okay, yeah.
It's actually a 2-way.
Yeah, let's go find out, friend.
You don't know. You don't want to know.
Is it-
what
wait, is
that
the door-
And then
Is it-
we.
About that time, you hear a younger boy run into the, and he's like, "Is there an Epicurus in here?"
Say yes.
Yeah? I'm
I'm
not him.
Yes.
Oh, yes, I am.
He walks to the innkeep like, "Please know if there's an Epicurus in here." And the innkeep goes, "He's right there," and kind of looks at you like,
I'm on his shoulders. And we're headed out.
"You're on his shoulder."
Yeah, that's why I was like,
You are.
Well, the innkeep's already pointed you out, and so he's like, "Oh, I was told to give this to you," and he like quickly just bolts the fuck out. He's confused.
There you go.
Yeah.
oh, sorry. I thought it was something else.
Oh, was it?
Oh god. Such a sketchy scenario for something so minor.
I trust Epicurus did so much stuff, like anything he tells me, I'm like, okay.
What do you do? Bring baby goats around? Like, why are you so scared of a young boy? Anyways, you were literally expecting this letter. Anyways,
Oh yeah, it's Epicurus. He's too old. He doesn't remember.
you have a perfect memory. Anyways,
This is the guy that just drove inspiration to talk to the heart.
You could have just used my intimidation if you wanted to do that.
anyways, yeah. So we cut to Leal over here. He's walking through these alleyways, looking for this
Out
scumbag.
of character. So 60 gold will be bringing gold for bringing Colin back alive, and then below that it says 30 gold will be awarded for bringing the boy back alive, or boy back. Oh, never mind. Sorry.
Dead.
Okay. Yep. Cool.
Anyways, so we cut off and see Leal. He's kind of like confused. There's like smear marks and everything like that going through the street, and you're walking around, and you turn a corner and just see this like really gross looking man that you recognize to be Bob.
How are we going, Epicurus?
He's
Hooray,
sleeping.
it's Bob.
Oh, just icon conversation. It's not there.
Alright,
Are
so
you just standing here over this?
I'm
Unconscious
thinking about it for a moment, and then I grab a cup.
Just do Jack Sparrow style, just pour
Yeah,
it
I
in his
grab a
face.
cup, go to the gutter or the ditch because it's been raining, there's water on it. I get some water and I pour it on his face. Calm down there, friend. I just need your attention for a moment.
Who are you?
That's a question I think we could be asking you as well.
Yeah.
It is too early in the morning, I think, but who I am doesn't matter. And I hold up a bottle of the need that I have for him. What I have might be a little bit more important. You want to
What's this
start
for?
your day out right, don't you?
It's 5 o'clock somewhere, I suppose.
It's 5 o'clock inside of every bottle, I hear.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hear you've seen some strange lights around town.
Oh, not this again.
Not this again.
I've told you guys that I saw lights outside of the town, and how many times is it gonna take getting laughed at for someone to believe me?
I got something.
Oh, we believe you, all right. We just
Yep.
we don't feel as though we're being told the right story around town. We thought we'd come after somebody a little more honest and reputable.
Well, I've told you all 1,000 times that I was wandering through the forest and I saw these little tiny green men.
Tiny green men in the
Yes.
forest at night. In which direction were you from town?
I agree, man.
What?
Where around town were these little green men?
I don't know. It was dark and I was not in the brightest form of mind, but it was maybe 15 minutes outside of town before I hit this weird, crazy dirt road, and it was dark. He's not making any sense.
Except for the bright green men.
Yes. I was wandering through the forest, and he kind of like gurgles a little bit, and he goes, and I saw them. They were like little men. They had wings. It was green and yeah.
Interesting. You don't remember anymore? And I slowly sort of pull out the second bottle so he sees the
You're in the forest in the dark, half gone, and you see the floating green men. You run.
Alright. I suppose I'll take it that and hand him the one bottle and then start to walk
Oh,
off.
thank you. And then he like crawls off, and then you hear him vomit around the corner. Like he's over his shit.
Alright, then I wander back to find Epicurus. And
Great. I think we're like.
Crush.
Oh crap! Hey, how much is a horse again?
Not
It's
great.
like 150.
500.
We want war elephants. Yeah, horses are expensive.
Oh no 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 no
Oh, like
no!
100 or something.
Or-
Yeah,
Oh,
they
I
are.
think they're to
They
the depth.
totally are
I think it's in
actually.
the DMG.
Though.
I know.
But I want to know how big a pony is.
That's why we need
Or like a mule.
or
I
Like
think
donkey.
you should wait just a minute.
That way it can just
Think
eat
it's
some more
different.
children.
Yeah, we're totally be spreading around many people.
Yeah.
Once we're nice.
Once we hit higher level, we'll just be able to take out entire towns. And we have a were elephant.
Sure,
Come
like
on.
taking out towns is gonna be such a beneficial.
Okay, here we go.
feeds the
Donkey or a
were
mule? Oh shit. Okay.
You already have
You
it.
already got like you're riding on somebody.
Don't matter. I need a donkey.
Are you buying a donkey?
Yeah,
I
it's
can
8
just
gold.
carry the
I can buy a
donkey.
Gold?
I can just
You
carry.
just buy a pack of donkeys. What?
He's just gonna
I
carry the
can
donkey.
just carry a donkey like Kogal.
Yeah, we could. But I go buy donkeys.
So what else do we have for riding
So
animals?
is that what you're gonna look for?
What
Horse,
page is this
draft
on?
horse, riding horse,
What page is this
mass,
on?
157 plus handbook. Pony. No, actually, I buy pony. Excuse me, that's 30 gold.
We can get camels.
Yeah, but we're not in the desert, so probably not.
Yeah.
Same with elephants
One
or
We can be part of the
159.
American camel cavalry.
157.
They're better at swimming and fording rivers
hey.
than horses.
Why is the camel better than a horse in every way?
Because they are.
Like why? Why are they better at things?
They're
than...
not any. Actually, they are worse than a horse, apparently.
Actually,
Or no, they aren't.
if you look
Camels
up
go
the
faster.
story of the
I-
American Camel Corps,
I
you'll
know,
find out that
Aaron,
camels are
I
much
know
better
camels
than
are a lot
horses.
By the way,
harder to
mules
train
are
than-
420 pounds. You can't carry that like Joe Bell. I'm sorry.
Okay, I'm damn it. No,
You're damn it, huh?
How about an elephant? Those are only, a half long ton.
You guys could each get a pack of mastiffs.
We could each get a horse.
We could, but I want a camel.
You
can't get- we're not in the desert.
camels
You're
are
not gonna
good.
find camels, spoiler
Yeah.
alert.
I need that.
You're also not
I
gonna
know,
find
I know
elephants in
camels
this
are a
part.
lot
Maybe
harder
that
to
too.
train.
I knew the elephants. The camels, though, makes no sense.
Yeah, they don't make any sense more than elephants. Like, I would actually say that there's probably more elephants than camels in this world because they're huge and, yeah, harder to take down a elephant.
Okay, so I guess there's we had.
Did you just say right into giant scorpion?
Yes.
No,
Warhammer style.
If he gets a scorpion, I at least get a camel.
no.
Maybe even a were-camel.
I'd be like, that'd be 15 levels down the line.
I would not trust a were-camel because they're spitting on you on purpose.
How about a were-elephant?
Oh, and then we get 2 horses.
Okay, there you go.
A were-elephant.
Okay, so I guess you come back, right?
Yeah, I come back.
I
Sort of looking disappointed. And
Then-
shaking my head.
Don't look so disappointed. I just got the best idea.
You still got that
Yes.
We
Yeah.
get
Yeah. No.
What are you?
I just think the
Your
meat I had
idea?
left over.
Are you like
we
checking
get
the
away.
bottle?
Probably.
Well, Constitution.
I suppose that would work. It would
and
give
then
us
get
some-
2 horses.
Oh, that's fine.
Pull them back. Does that sound
It
good?
would give us some place to
That's a
store
really
our
bad
goods. You'd be able to
Is
venture
that with your
further.
bonuses?
Yep. I got one of the 2.
Good work.
Yeah, you're a little bit
But
busy for the next couple hours.
wagon may be difficult for the
After
horse
about an
or
hour.
after a-
Like an hour after you.
You have to be
15-20 minutes after you.
I was gonna another.
roadward. That makes sense. You know, so maybe not the wagon.
It does.
But-
Maybe not the wagon, but we
but
can
just-
still get the horses.
Yes.
to carry
Shall we
our
each
equipment.
get a horse? Yes.
That could work.
Marvelous.
Do you have any more?
No, we're going to get horses.
Which way?
Sorry, my voice has changed.
That's alright. It happens in puberty.
Bring in the goats!
Which way?
Send in the goats.
Which way?
Just follow me.
Which way is that? I'm kind of drunk. I'm kind of dizzy.
Okay.
You guys not rolling my constitution save.
I then steal 50 gold out of your purse.
Do I notice that?
It hasn't been like 15-20 minutes. And then
Okay.
when I say a little dizzy, I don't mean like you're drunk. I mean
Okay,
you're
I
just,
then
like,
like,
fuzzy feeling.
no.
Okay.
Come here. We're
Okay.
going to buy horses. And then we go buy 3 horses. Each of us buys a horse. They're 50 gold each, apparently.
Oof.
Oh, wait. Do we want draft horses or riding horses? We probably want riding
Riding
horses.
Yep.
75 gold.
Yeah.
I can do that.
Okay. That's most of my gold, but
Great. And then
29 gold left.
And they all turn into chickens and fly
it
away.
looks like a saddle is 10 gold.
I
can afford
can't
that.
afford that.
Okay.
So I guess I'll be going
I can
back.
afford both. I can afford yours.
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't
not
need a
needed
saddle.
fun.
Okay.
So are
I
you
can
going
afford his.
before you start?
I want to feel the
Rating
horse
the
move
book,
with 2 legs.
Are you like looking for a stable, like to purchase these horses?
Yeah. Yeah, we probably are.
Like horses.
Do we find anything?
Well, you've probably been to the stables before,
Uh-huh.
and these horses aren't like prize mules or anything.
Yeah, they're just
Well, prize horses or anything like that. So they're probably only
Just
like
like quarter
60 gold for a riding horse each.
Okay,
Like
cool.
they're pretty rough.
And then how much is this saddle? Or does it come with it?
A saddle's probably about 8 gold. I would
Okay,
say.
so 68 gold.
So
Hey. 91 minus 68. Go!
91 minus 68, and you can't come up with 23.
Oh, thanks.
No.
Yeah.
Just didn't want to do math.
Lazy
That's
motherfucker.
not math.
I'm really bad at
That's not math,
arithmetic,
there's
okay?
not enough letters
I'm
in it.
awful at arithmetic.
Anyways,
Don't worry, every is.
Okay, great. Did you need help buying things?
No,
Because
because
it
these
costs-
horses were cheaper. I had 81 gold coming into it, and I just bought the
Okay.
horse.
Cool.
Yeah, so
So,
it
yeah.
costs $68 gold for a horse and a saddle.
Great. I named mine Jacoby.
Oh,
this is amazing.
Call my horse Ron. Ron! Bring out the wolf's head.
And I picked the one that's the reddest.
They're all black.
I still pick the one
We'll
that's the
paint
reddest.
it. We'll paint it in blood.
Yep, great.
That
Blood
wouldn't,
for the blood horse.
that wouldn't show though, because it's black.
If we get enough.
No.
I'm talking a lot.
That would be really gruesome. Let's cut
Okay,
open an elephant and jump inside.
Are you sure you want Jacoby to be its name and not corn?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
What's yours? Have you picked a name for your horse?
I don't know.
I'm trying to remember that Beastie Boys song. What is the name of the horse?
I don't know. Okay, then I guess we leave.
Clockwise Harrison.
Probably like maybe 10 now.
Harrison,
Mr.
yeah.
Crinkles. These horses?
No. The time.
Oh, I thought you were like typing pages of horses.
They're just like quarter horses, right?
Yeah, it's probably like 10:30.
No, it's a full horse.
No,
They're not like
60 gold
thoroughbreds
per
or
horseshoe.
We need a fourth person so we can legitimately quarter people. You know how awesome that would be to just be able to be like, yeah, you tick us off, we're
Well,
gonna
no,
quarter you.
you just tie one rope to him. And
Oh, I
then
see.
another to his- Well done, but
We
no.
think we're actually buying horses, but we just go into a coconut shop. We're just buying coconuts.
These are some expensive coconuts.
We have ridden since the snow of winter covered these lands. I haven't ridden anywhere. You put 2 halves of coconut and you're banging them together.
Is that an African swallow or a European swallow?
Okay, we leave.
I didn't realize that was a Monty Python joke until the end there. He's like quoting it.
Okay, we leave.
Are you on the horses like leaving town?
Yeah. Also, I probably buy the smallest one that I can.
They're all fairly close to the same size.
Okay. Then if I need to buy like something that allows me to actually mount my horse, then I do.
Yeah, you
you'd
get
probably
these.
be looking for a pony actually, like to be more
Okay.
efficient.
Great.
But what have been always
Is
been
it prancing?
It's always been cool that they always just
No,
for me to
That's
carry
not.
Yeah, getting him on the horse.
the pony is actually pretty decent.
Okay. How much did I spend on this horse? 60.
Well, if you're buying a pony, it's probably still going to be about 30 and 10.
Okay.
So 40.
Okay. So I save. So now I have 50.
Or you can just say 51 because you had 91 before. Minus 40.
But
No, because the
The
pony was
saddle-
30 and the saddle was 8.
something. Is the saddle less now?
Well, it's a different saddle. This one's actually fairly decent.
Okay. Then how much was that?
Basically, you have
Basically 10 and 30.
Oh,
Hey,
okay.
Just 40.
You have a polymorphing animal that you're riding. Unfortunately, the saddle does not polymorph with it.
Okay, we leave. I have a pony. His name's still Jacoby. I buy the reddest one.
There is a red pony,
Great.
and not horses.
Great.
What's
See,
with
that's
the
why
red?
I ended up getting one.
What's with the red?
You don't know?
Okay.
He's a dragon, dude.
Jacoby the
You can
dragon.
put wings on it and set it on fire. Cause duh.
Nah.
Anyways, so where are you guys heading?
We're off
We're off to see
Wherever
the wizard.
this,
Wonderful visit.
I imagine this told us where to go, maybe. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't, but
Well, it would have told you. Actually, I should look that up again. Just a second.
dispatchers. Yep.
Oh,
Talk to your horse.
is there no.
What?
What are you allergic to? Your horse.
Drank a little bit too much this morning.
Yeah, so
Oh,
you know
no.
that the farmhouse was south of town, and that they went directly away from the town. South.
Okay. Do I see a guard on the way out?
Yeah.
Okay. Great.
You just.
Yeah, that's all I wanted to
You
know.
just wanted to see if there's. All right. Fair enough.
Okay, we leave.
All right. So as you're walking out towards probably where the farmhouse was first,
Mm-hmm.
you see there is a little mill sitting on top of a hill, and now that was not on purpose that it rhymed, but it did. So you go up to this mill, and it still looks a little bit like broken up. Like there's some fence posts knocked over.
Is it a windmill?
yeah.
Okay, are like the 4 things still intact?
Yeah, the goblins, not siege cannons.
Okay, yeah. Just wanted to make sure they were goblins.
I wanted to make sure Don Quixote wasn't attacking.
Yeah, there's a dire elephant on the loose. You guys failed.
There's a rare elephant.
Where is you guys should roll investigate more often, but no. Yeah. So it looks like a couple goblins rolled through. You see a man breaking some vegetables.
Mm-hmm. Great. Yeah, we ride up.
To the living room.
Yeah, to the dude.
Alright.
I yell as loud as my little voice can. Hello! Good tidings to you on this day.
Who are you?
We heard of goblins.
Oh, yes. Bless.
Anybody else come to investigate this?
No, I've sent word. And
Well, we are here. No need to complain any longer.
yes.
Please tell us the information we gather. We need to gather.
Well, about a week and a half ago, I was
dismount my pony.
working with my apprentice, and it was nearing the eve, and we hear this awful, awful screech. We thought it was one of the pigs having a fit or something of the sort. We went outside, and of course, I, being the adult, was the first one out, and the first thing I see was a club in my face, and I gathered my wits. I stood up, and I saw poor Colin getting dragged off south of town into the woods, and that was the last I saw of him.
South. Have you had any indication that the goblins are still in the area since then?
I've stopped hearing them about 3 days ago now. They sounded like they were camped, like a good distance away. Like I could hear some screeches every now and then, and I could see some smoke outside of town, but it seemed to have stopped. I don't know where they went, but I imagine they haven't cleaned up too well.
Okay. Great.
And nothing else from any of your neighbors?
Neighbors. He kind of looks around. There's just fields around him.
Well, certainly you get visitors around here from time to time, other than goblins.
Well, not as many as you'd think. Those people tend to stay inside the walls, especially now. It's just us farm folk that are stuck out to tend for the food of the city. Yeah, so not very many travelers. Every now and then we get a slave caravan or merchants wandering into town, but not very many. Certainly not in the last couple weeks.
Alright, so we'll see what we can turn up.
Yes, we will come by if we gather any new news.
Much
You do not know. No,
But,
get back on.
Jens, did you notice them take anything other than Colin?
Well, I noticed that my pantry was looted, and there's gold missing where I stashed it, and they took a horse. That was basically all I had.
Alright, we'll see what we can get. Come to the bottom of this.
I
Get back on my
appreciate it.
pony.
He goes back to raking his beets.
We leave. They must sound really good.
Are they beats by Dre?
No.
We both said that joke.
Oh.
Okay, yeah, we leave. What is this shirt?
Yeah, so I imagine you're heading south of town now.
This is one of our
Through
stories.
the woods.
What?
I imagine you're heading south of town now.
Yeah.
No, we hit
yeah.
north.
You run into a giant stone wall.
Head on.
Yeah, we
Actually, your
we
head
go where
falls
he
right
said.
off.
We go where he said to go.
All right.
And we're keeping a wary eye out for any other civilized thingies.
I want to do our horses.
just civilized or uncivilized or just anything.
Like civilized, probably.
Any living things, basically.
No, if I know that I can't speak to them.
Do you think our horses are able to travel in this woods?
All right. So just things that you might be able to communicate with.
What's
Do you think
the
our
smoothest
horses are able to
speed on
travel
a
these
horse?
woods?
50
Do you
feet?
think our horses are able to travel these
60?
woods?
It's
So it's
not
just slightly
woods.
faster than I am.
just
Yes.
a second. It's not woods,
It's
like jungle or anything like that. It's kind of like over by the park. You know that area where there's just,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
yeah, they're spaced out and stuff.
Okay. I didn't know if we need to leave our horses at the farm place or not.
You
No.
can ride horses through here, especially his pony. It's
Okay.
perfectly fine. So you just heading straight south? Or are you?
Yeah, we're
looking,
like
are
kind
you
of.
like looking to see for
We're
any
probably waiting
like,
for probably
rack
for
marks or cuts or grooves in the grounds or anything like
I
that?
guess we should. I guess we do.
Alright, I'll roll a perception.
or survival, maybe.
Yeah, it'd be survival.
Oh, okay. Well, survival at 16.
Yeah, goblins not being the most adept at things. However, it has been raining a couple times in the last couple weeks. You see a couple spots that look like it might have been like dug out burial things where they might have like covered up, whether it be like deer that they kill or stuff like that to hide their presence, and then like drag marks of animals, just like an uncivilized carnage of what looks like the aftermath of goblins heading into the woods.
Great. Yeah.
Epicurus, isn't this unusual for goblins to try to bury anything? Never thought of them as being quite so civilized.
They could perhaps
From
be.
you traveling in the woods, though, you would have recognized this as their way of trying to limit the amount of creatures knowing their whereabouts to the best of their abilities. It's not the best graves, like you see bones sticking out of the ground and stuff. It's just like a way to try to like cover the bodies with dirt.
So put out the fire.
Yeah.
I think that. I mean, there could be something amiss. Maybe they're under the control of some greater entity.
Who checked the boys not down there?
Sure. Go. Yes.
Huh?
Go.
Digging up time. I am a orc and a pig in a hole.
So you're digging up one of the.
Well, I don't know because you said bones.
Yeah, you dig it up and there's just
Step.
deer bones on the ground. Yeah, it's just-
Okay. That's just animals.
Put it back in there. Okay, let's move on. Yeah, I think we just follow these until we run into something weirder.
Alright. Yeah, you're traveling for a few hours.
On my horses,
Yeah.
my ponies.
Go ahead and roll a d20, whoever's in the lead, I imagine. You're the one tracking.
Track them up.
13, but if there's anything associated with this,
There's
not really.
You don't really notice anything walking through the forest.
Just
Would this be
13
perception
glowing
check?
green
Would
gazoos.
it be a perception check?
Passive perception? Passive wisdom?
No, this is just an
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, you traveled for about 3 or 4 hours. It's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon now. And you come across what looked like a camp. Like, there's some debris scattered, not really bones, they're covered up fairly well, but there's remnants of what looked like a crude campfire. There's some coal on the ground, and it's a cleared out area.
What time is it?
Like 3 or 4.
I kind of just like glance around for the boy. If I don't see any like sign, I think I like sign to keep going. Trying to make like this less noise. Is not as much noise with my voice. I'll probably just like if I don't see any boy things.
What does that mean? What does that mean? Oh, let's go. Okay.
Alright, so yeah, you see more distant paths that look like scout paths and whatnot like that. It looks like this campsite was, like the farmer said, only about 3 or 4 days old. So you would probably guess that they'd be fairly nearby, like maybe within a mile or 2 radius.
Okay.
That'd be about it.
Yeah, I think we kind of just search.
Like you just search for tracks and
Yeah, I think maybe that's you that's searching.
Alright, an 18, but you said that's a survival, right? So 21.
yeah. So you guys
Alright, I've done something right.
You guys are looking for the best lead. There's various scout tracks heading outside of the camp that looks like goblins looking for food. And I imagine you just see one that has some promise to it that looks the most fresh from hunting experience. And I imagine you head down it, and in about, trying to remember, about 4 hours, you, so it's like getting pretty dark now.
Yeah, it's probably like 8.
You start hearing some screeching noise, like some goblinic sounds, if that's a word. Things that you might guess would be a goblin encampment nearby in the forest.
Great.
You judge that they're southeast of where the campsite was originally at, so it's like a mile south-ish of town, and then like another mile southeast from there.
Cool. So do we see the camp?
You hear it first. You're on the path, and all of a sudden you hear like.
Oh, okay.
And
Yeah, shit.
Is horses here?
Probably. Unless we want to ride them into battle.
I go by foot.
Okay. Very nice. Yes.
We're not paladins with the riding skill in
Do you
3.5 anymore.
Do you think these goblins have scouts? Maybe.
Goblins.
Yes, that's
They're
right.
not scared for their own selves. They weren't out looking around.
Maybe we should just
Yeah,
walk
we'll-
up to the wall then.
We'll keep a wary eye.
are you still walking down the path? While
No, we
you're-
probably stopped when we heard it.
We-
I'm getting off my horse.
One
now.
of us doesn't have low light vision, though, correct?
I got both vision.
I think I do too.
We all can see.
Okay, so then that's our other campaign. There's one lone person
Yeah, I think
that
so.
doesn't have.
Yeah, you have an elf, a halfling, and a power.
Do we
I think
know
you
if
have dark vision? I think you have dark vision, and I think you don't.
I have
Maybe-
dark vision.
Oh,
Do you
yeah.
have
I
low
don't
light?
think I do either. Yeah, no.
Yeah, you're halfway not a gnome.
What do your spells look like?
Yeah, so for you, it's getting pretty hard to see.
I think we should just go to the camp. I can't see anything, and I'm sure they have lights.
Okay.
That's a good suggestion. We'll know when we get closer. Do you have any spells to provide light?
We don't want them to see us.
For what you
Wait,
would,
can I provide light with prestidigitation?
I think it's fair to assume that from your travels, you would know that goblins can see in the dark pretty well too.
I like
Okay.
turn back to Jacoby, and I like pull out a torch though from my pack.
Should we keep no night?
Pretty
They
sure.
don't see us.
You shouldn't
Yeah.
approach with light. I was just wondering if you could throw a flare above them, add some confusion into their ranks.
I was only scared. Let's get them all off. They think they're safe. And weak since they did their raiding. Must smash
There
them and
hasn't
show
been
that there's no
any.
mercy.
There hasn't been any counter, so their guard is probably down.
Yes, yes, maybe they are celebrating in one big.
They were probably scared enough of the camp. They moved to feel that safer.
Well, then let's go. And then I just start walking with my totem.
So you
Use totem staff, yeah.
Are you behind me or do you?
No, I'm in front because I'm dumb.
Are you behind me? Epicurus?
No. Don't worry. They're just goblins.
They're better than you.
Not by much. Don't worry about me. I can take care of myself.
Alright.
I'm
But
only
when I see them, I'm running past you.
I'm only 145 years old. I know how to take care of
You're
myself.
145?
I thought you were older than that.
I did too. Alright.
Halfling.
Yeah,
so,
he's not an elf.
Mm-mm.
He's not a 900.
so are you like walking at a fast distance? Are you carrying your torch still? Or how are you guys approaching into this area?
I was alive with
Nonchalantly.
there.
with drums and bagpipes?
Do you have bagpipes? I think you have drums, don't you?
No, I have
We're
a
not
handful.
making lots of noise, but I'm not trying to conceal myself.
So you're just
but-
like cautiously walking in this area.
yeah, kind of.
It's like
Do you have any torches or
No.
anything like that? Alright.
But we are, paying attention to what's ahead of us, the direction of the noise,
Yeah, I'm not
and
looking at my feet.
waiting for
Yeah,
anything that's like a fire.
about 400 yards away, so quite a ways out there. You can see the glow of what looks like a campfire light and some shadows
Great.
moving across.
I think I keep going until I can get a good number. Like just a vague.
So just
head count.
a
Just a vague
guesstimate
head
of
count,
like
yeah.
how big.
Yeah, I could even go ahead and do the stealth move in since I get a +5 to my roll.
Nice.
If
Oh, so you want to like scout?
Yes, scouting would be delightful, so we can get some intel, so we
Yeah.
can.
Maybe
murder
I
them.
look back and you're just gone.
Wisdom is passive
You're
perception.
just a badass.
Yes.
Alright, yeah, so roll stuff.
Okay, so a 14.
You can get within like 50 to 100 yards of these encampments, and you are quite surprised to find that there's only like 5 or 6 goblins. You see 5, but you can't tell by the chatter and But not like
Okay.
if there's
Do I see
like
these?
another one around.
No, it would
You're
be just
probably-
me at this point
Okay.
because I went up ahead to.
Unless you're there with him. in
No,
the line.
but I once I think I can like do a head count, I'm doing a head count. So do I see like the same?
Are you still like 400 yards away?
Yeah, I'm like walking.
Yeah, you just
towards
see
him.
lights.
Okay, yeah, I walk towards him until I can.
Just one campfire.
Yeah, so he's ahead right now, but we're
Yeah,
keep,
I know.
we're keep advancing.
Go ahead and roll a stealth check.
See if we get that close to get a camp count because it's dark. It's rather dark for you.
Just think about it this way: you can hardly see in the dark.
than I did.
Yep, that's the number. 14.
Yeah, your halfling nature, even in your old age, you kind of blend with the
Just
shadows
kinda
today.
Oh, there's a bush.
Yeah, and you can get within about 250 yards, 200 yards, and you can kind of make out that there's about. You think that there's like 4 to 8 of them,
Okay.
somewhere in that range.
Okay. Do I see you? Do I catch up with him? Maybe.
I go back to
Do
the
I need to do a stealth
location.
check? Because I'm standing behind this guy.
Oh, you're staying with him, or are you carrying?
Yeah, he's just right behind you.
Yeah, I suppose you
Okay.
would if you're
Stealth check, disadvantage.
Oh, because you have armor on.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nice. I'm ready. 5.
5. Well, no, yeah, that's just a 5.
That's bad. Yeah, so you guys are walking through the forest, and I imagine you would notice pretty soon before you start walking too close. Like this dude is not the most agile motherfucker ever, and you hear like him stomping on twigs and
Do
stuff
they
like
notice
that.
us?
Well, this is like pretty soon when you start sneaking
Okay.
about the 350 yard.
Okay.
So you probably tell me if you want to tell
Nope.
me. I'm just gonna keep going.
Oh, so you're just ignoring it and hoping?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much my plan.
So you
And then
probably-
I'm like, once I see them start coming towards us, I want to be ready to do things.
And once I notice they think there's something.
So
to do,
you're
I'm just
already
gonna go,
like
"Ah,
200 yards away.
I should be
So
closer.
you're like
than
50
that.
to 100 yards.
Oh, yeah.
Just that thing. Yeah, you're probably about like
Are you gonna do something?
75 yards, 50 yards. How close
I
do
can
we
kill
cast?
them. I can kill them all with my
Or how far
hands.
were they when they got protected?
That'd be so much
Well, you
fun.
don't know. You left before them, and you're a lot faster than them.
I imagine he like catches up or like meets us. Maybe
No,
in
you
the
guys.
middle.
He was ahead of you guys.
Yeah, I know. But maybe like, do you come back to us?
Yeah, I would go up, I'd
Okay.
get my head count, and then I'd come back.
Okay,
and I've
cool.
got
You're probably gonna
dark
find.
vision up to 6
Yeah,
feet.
you can
so I'd
probably
be
hear
able
all
to
the
see.
crunching of leaves I'm doing.
Yeah. So I guess you guys would be about 250 yards when he starts getting back to you.
Okay. Cool.
And at that point, I would.
Are they coming towards us?
You don't know if you have been detected. You don't think you have been, though.
Okay, great. Yeah, I'm like, I think there's like 6 or 7 of them. Shall we? Let's just go.
I would imagine for the 6.
No. Listen here. When they start running towards us, don't do anything. Just let I have a plan, and then we can. check
About
them out.
this time, you hear like.
Okay, I immediately start yelling. Like some in primordial, just like some random shit. Like, donkeys and parrots, come here! It sounds terrifying.
Gordon.
No, just stay here.
Yeah, immediately you hear.
Just start
them all,
yelling.
Like,
What
it's
against
crazy.
your-
Just
Like,
start yelling.
you can't tell if they're pissed or terrified.
Okay, he's yelling too.
Yeah.
I light a torch.
Orcish
stick
and
it in the ground.
primordial being screamed.
All right.
Instead of lighting torches, you should probably just start casting cantrips in random directions.
Bolts of
Yes.
flame. These goblins would be terrified.
I'd be terrible.
Yeah, we're like, what, 200 yards
I don't
away
want
now?
them scared.
Roll
I
a
don't
perception check.
I don't want them to get scared.
You. Just.
Oh, 2.
6. No. Yeah, no, that's it.
All right.
2.
Well.
I got a 17 on my perception.
Because
I
what's
would
your
be-
armor class?
It's 10.
Yeah, that's fun, I suppose.
Great.
Out of the darkness, you see. Oh, that's right. These are the things.
I need to see.
Or not see, but you feel an arrow fly through the forest.
Okay, great. Like behind us, in front of us, from the
In front
camp.
of the camp area.
Oh, okay.
And it deals 5 damage to you.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Epicurus,
Ah.
I'm Gordon.
Yeah, after you
Are there people coming towards us?
Yeah, after you get hit, I imagine he pretty much immediately notices that there's some goblins that were scouting, 2 of them,
Okay.
that were following after hearing him crunch around in the forest.
Okay, great.
And yeah,
Then
roll
I grab,
initiative,
I jump on
actually.
your back, and then can we roll? I get on his back, and then can we roll initiative?
Roll initiative first.
Can I get on his back?
You got
As a-
stuck.
Bam! Initiative, my only 20 of the night.
15.
Okay. Yeah, you'd
How's
be
the dex?
probably good.
9.
Oh, plus,
Nine dex.
plus 3, so 23.
Like, ooh, you're faster than the Flash.
Yep.
Ta-da!
I got 18. Yep. We're going hard and hard, smashing trees, giant style. Sad I'm not that strong.
Going giant
Alright, so immediately after the bolt hits Zach or Epicurus, it would be Leal reacting to this bolt. You turn and you see a goblin. 2 arrows fly by you, one of which
Right.
kind of sticks in the dirt before you,
Okay.
and you would have probably looked and saw it before it like clipped your arm pretty heavily.
Great.
And
By that point,
yeah, you turn and you see one goblin fairly close. He's probably about 40 feet away. And then there's another that looks to be about 55, 60 feet away.
Just to remind you, we tied up our horses instead.
a long time, a while ago.
A long
Way
time
back
ago.
there?
Yeah.
Yeah,
way
like-
back.
Okay.
Like probably like 1,000 feet or so.
Can you hand me the box with the figurines?
You want just some random shit? There you go.
No, I wanted the goblin looking things.
Oh, is there a
We
goblin
actually
in there?
have goblin
Find a
looking
goblin.
things.
You got very goblin-like ones.
Yeah,
Just kidding.
things like this and just hand me the box.
Oh, there's one.
That one looks like a goblin.
Fair enough. Just hand me the box.
Nope, that's all there is.
That's a very
That's
intimidating
There's
goblin.
one. There's one.
They should have shot it at me because I have.
Oh, there's one.
different
There's the one you're
missiles.
looking for.
Missiles.
Great.
Maybe you should just hide behind me, weave in and out as you cast spells, and I'll deflect the
No,
missiles.
he's on me right now. We're going in.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Going in. Punch time. This one, he thought of it.
Is that how you run?
No.
Just like swinging a plant.
Just swinging it, constantly hitting his head
Oh,
while
are they in
flinging
front of
it.
us? These things?
Well, actually, I should probably do it to scale, right? So this is you getting. I imagine you're probably staying somewhere like that when you get hit. It's 5, 10, 15.
You said he was 40 feet away from me.
You guys are like in a group.
Wait, if you're riding me and I'm double timing, that means
I'm going the same speed as you.
and you know you can still use an action then.
Yes.
So again,
All right, so yeah, their position kind of like this. It's
Where are the other goblins? Way down past.
probably another like 100 feet.
well, yeah, they're like pretty far out here
Okay.
from when he saw. You guys haven't really gotten a head count or anything like that officially yet. You would have known that there's 5 to 6, and yeah, you guys assume that they're back at the camp, but considering they're attacking you, you might think that they're within like 60 feet behind them, hidden in the bushes.
Okay, is this arrow in my shoulder?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay, cool.
I'm not gonna do anything until my turn, unless it's my turn.
That's
It
his
would be my
first.
turn first. I'm gonna punch this dude.
So you're just gonna like sprint up and.
I'm just gonna run up and I'm gonna punch him in the face.
All right. With
You
a
got enough
guitar.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to hopefully do the guitar maneuver on him.
All right. Yeah. Roll an attack.
10 plus plus 3, so 13.
Yep, that misses.
Alright.
Oh, these goblins are pretty strong.
The goblins.
Goblins have decent armor.
Okay, it's pretty goblins like we dead.
Alright, so who's
Dex is
next?
Well, don't you get 2 attacks? 'Cause you
Oh,
have
you're right,
advantage?
because I am high enough level. And that one's gonna miss as well.
Yeah, so you go to punch him, and this goblin is fairly quick. You got caught off guard by him, and he sneaks behind a tree as you go to punch him a couple times. and then it would be your turn.
Okay, I'm on his back. I hold action until
Until he finishes moving.
I love
Yeah.
the fact that you balance on his shoulder like perfectly.
It's
so
because the
fitting.
sword's up.
Okay, my turn, I guess.
Yep. What are you doing?
I'm double timing. That's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Right to his face.
Okay. Great. Now I do my action. Now I take my turn.
Oh, so you were just
Probably.
Withholding my turn.
for future reference, you have to make a trigger.
Yeah, I know.
I know. I figured you were.
That's why I threw in before that ended to until he's.
Yeah. So for
Yeah,
future
yeah.
reference, you gotta make the trigger like
Great.
I'm waiting for him to get close.
Oh, okay.
To get within range.
Great.
Um,
Now I just
Remember,
firebolt him.
Is that like your cantrip thing?
Yeah.
Yep. Range spell attack. Here
Does
we
this have to
go.
do anything with
Nope.
No.
crazy magic?
no, you have to be first level spell to do that.
Alright. Does it just roll damage or?
No, I have to roll.
It's a range spell attack.
19, I think. Don't we
So
check?
it just has to be
Got
his
19.
AC? Alright, yeah, you hit. Roll
Okay.
damage.
And then I roll 1d10.
Yeah, firebolt's like shooting a bow, so it's just like a magic.
D10, I guess. So.
It's like a magic arrow. 6.
Yeah. You like this goblin was just dodging him. He goes to dodge around and goes to run around the corner and sees this orc. He's like, and then he gets hit right in the chest with his firebolt and gets knocked back. He's like rolling around on the ground and is trying to put this fire out
Yes.
for his
Don't even,
friend.
probably don't even
Wait, so he's not dead, right?
No.
Okay.
He's like knocked.
He'll be
Can
stone cold in a minute.
I make just a little bit of like I want to not take the arrow out, but I want to break the end off. Can I do that as a just a random thing?
I'll count that as a move action.
Because he didn't.
Because
He,
you were not really.
Yeah.
Well,
I like,
you did kind of climb on top of the Norg,
yeah.
but I
probably
imagine,
help him pick him up.
I imagine doing this would be pretty easy to do, and that you probably have done it.
I don't pull it out, but I like break off the end, so it's
Oh,
not as
alright.
impeding, you know.
Yeah.
Okay. Great.
So yeah, for his turn, he rolls around. He gets knocked back and kind of does like a somersault-looking thing to try to like pat off the few like coals. He's pretty fucked up, and then you, Leal, get attacked with a bow.
And he misses.
And as you...
But he uses a ranged attack in melee, so I get an attack of opportunity.
It's,
No,
no,
in
no,
melee?
it's the other no.
Oh, that one.
Yeah,
Okay,
no,
I've seen
huh?
this.
The goblin.
Yeah, it's this one over off to the side.
He's within one move.
He's
turns
within
moves.
50 yards of me. I get to punch him. Anyways,
Well, I was actually
and
gonna
as-
go within 15 yards.
and as you feel this arrow just glance over like the top of you, like a few feet above you, and stick into a tree, you hear some god awful just war screams. from
Right.
these goblins.
I counteract with a very
Is there
much louder
a-
one.
Is there an entrance? There's like an entrance out, or an exit out of this, like a narrower entrance out of the camp. You know what I'm saying? Like a gate.
No, it was just
It's forest, dude.
Okay, so there's no like fences or anything, right?
No.
Okay.
The goblins.
Great.
You would have seen, like, not really tents, but sort of lean-to looking things. Like, they just, like, smashed down some trees and, like, popped them up and had, like,
Okay.
some branches across. They're
Yeah,
not,
that
like, very
makes sense.
civilized.
Wait, so they did have like barricades?
Well, you wouldn't have seen that, but you would have known that they have, like, just some lean-to
Okay.
looking tents.
So tell me when I see these dudes coming out.
You hear them, like, screeching. Like,
Okay.
they're
Yeah, tell me when I
they're,
see
like,
'em.
charging in.
Okay, yeah, tell me when I see them coming out.
Well, you would be seeing them.
Okay,
Ish.
Great.
Like you'd hear them more than see them, so you'd
Okay.
perceive them
are they that
within that distance.
are they that far away?
They should be further because the camp was. When
The-
we saw it, it was what did you say? 100 yards is what you were.
Yeah.
So that'd
I mean,
be
it's-
300 feet.
Well, what
Even if
happened?
they're double timing it.
What would have happened, as you would assume, is they would have heard him. The scouts would have, and then would have chained it back, and then would have been followed.
We're trying to ambush us, but we're trying to ambush them.
Yeah, the scouts basically detected him. and-
Little did they know.
Right, so I
about
see
my
them. They're
power
this far
level.
away, right?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
You don't see them though. You hear them.
Okay,
Right,
so
so
tell me
it's-
when I see them.
You probably won't see them till they're like
Okay, yeah, no, just tell me when I see him.
Alright.
Okay, great. Cool.
Fun fact, it's like 7:30, 8 o'clock, and
It's like
you
this.
can't see in the dark.
Yeah, I know.
So you
Yeah, I know.
literally are like seeing him, and then like you have like a circle like this big around you that you can like kind of see. That's
Okay.
it.
Great.
Or did you light a torch?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, then it's probably your normal seeing distance-ish,
Okay.
like 30, 40 feet of
I
light.
think it's 60 feet. I can see 60 feet. That makes sense to me. Double my movement.
Well, how much light does a torch provide?
That's a good question.
I think it's only 30 feet of bright light and then 30 feet of low light. I'm pretty positive of that, actually.
Yeah, it doesn't say.
Well, from holding like,
Oh,
Any-
20-foot radius.
I guess he.
Oh, yeah.
A lamp
So-
casts
So,
bright light
and dim light for 20 feet, so 40.
Yeah.
yeah, a lamp
I know
casts
something.
bright light in a 15-foot radius and a dim light for another additional 30. Yeah.
yeah, so you'd be able to see 5, 10, 15, 20. So yeah, it's probably about that
Oh,
circle
okay.
still, and
So
then
40 feet.
out of that it would be dim light, but
Yeah.
I would say that because of the trees and stuff, it's kind of shadowy and goblins sneak around and stuff, so you probably wouldn't be able to see them until they're bright enough light to
Okay,
see pretty well.
great.
So your area of visual perception is like this.
Okay,
20
great. Okay, I guess it's your turn. I think.
Whatever.
Yep. It would be
Well,
Leal's turn.
that one's dead. I'm gonna come over here
Hmm.
and punch this dude.
Yeah, you can
Alright,
you can make a
you're
melee attack with a burning torch
Yeah, I know.
and hit deals 1 fire damage.
That's gonna be another 13.
It misses.
And that one's gonna be a 6. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna hit anything tonight. We're gonna get killed by a bunch of goblins.
Okay,
works, it does.
I
Yep. Yeah, I killed that orc chieftain in one hit.
Just like,
shit.
I
no,
yell
no,
into
no.
your, or I guess I like say into your ear, like, charge towards the group of them.
I'm like,
This
okay.
guy isn't dead.
Yeah, I know.
I know.
Alright.
I'm like, go, forward
I want to
towards
take a
that
swing. I
noise.
want to take a swing before I'm going to go though.
Okay,
Yeah,
but
it's-
then
his
you don't have
action
it
is
given the
before
attack
yours.
opportunity because you won't be able to take the attack. Oh, okay, great. Attack him. And then I'm readying my action to.
Okay, I'm going to use my channel divinity. I can do this once per turn. I'm getting a +10 on my attack roll.
You can do that once per turn.
Once per rest.
Okay,
That's
that
a
might
little
not be
bit
the
different.
idea.
Alright, just go.
Yeah.
Thank you, wants to do
He
it.
really
Just
wants to kill this guy.
Yeah, you
Seven.
hit him.
Yeah.
And you kill him.
Okay.
Fly him away.
Roll a 1d4.
Okay, 1d4, 1d4.
To see if he splits into more little dudes.
Okay.
Yeah, you like in your like berserkerness, you just like and just like smash his face against a tree and then just
Flies
imagine
away.
consider. And then I imagine you charge forward.
Well, 30 feet, because that's as far as I can go.
25, 30. Great. Okay, do I see these peeps now?
Yeah, as you're charging forward, you see 4 goblins. So
Okay. I
Charging
cast
forward.
the sleep spell.
That's a first level spell, isn't it?
Yep, it is.
Your wild knight does go off from last time you
Yep,
fought.
and it's happening.
Okay, so does it happen right now?
It happens after your spell goes
Starting
off.
at first level, you can manipulate forces. Anytime before you regain the use of this feature. That okay, cool. How do I
So-
regain this feature then?
You regain it from a long rest or from this happening.
Oh, okay, great.
So since you already have it again already, you don't have to regain it. Your wild are just going off from
Wait,
the
do I
rest.
do this after the spell?
After the spell.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
So
do the
I
spell.
roll this spell. I put 5d8 hit points
God,
of
if you're
people
fire,
to sleep,
if they get the fireball and I'm below it,
starting
I'm
with the
so
lowest hit point first.
That'd be hilarious
Okay,
if we
ready?
get fireball
There's
in
no
the area
save.
and put them on.
They don't get any
So,
saves.
like,
You want me to read it?
so just roll the dice, and that's the total amount of hit points worth of damage, kind of thing.
Yeah.
That knocks them unconscious.
Yeah. But it's the whole group, not.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah. Okay. 14.
Yeah, you put all of them to sleep.
Cool.
Well,
Oh, that was a 7. Sorry. So 28 plus 32. That's 32.
yeah, you put all of them. I thought
Yes. My plan.
you. That's some good rolls.
Okay, now I need to roll this, right?
And now we can murder them one by one.
No, 7 or 8. 90. You become invisible for the next minute. During that time, other creatures can't hear you. The invisibility ends if you cast an attack or cast a spell.
Good job, Epicurus.
You're like,
The only, but I'm not there.
you're like, boom, and then you're just like,
It's like you probably have no clue what's going on.
Now it says you become invisible. Does that my body or is that my clothing as well?
it's just your body.
I think
Okay, so
check,
just
the
some
invisibility. Check the invisibility spell, actually.
Okay.
It's amazing. I was really hoping for fireball at your location.
God, both
Fire.
Zach and I probably would have died. I would have been very sad.
Anything the
Yeah.
target is wearing or carrying is
He
invisible
would've, I
as long
think
as it's on the target.
You probably only have
So
like,
yeah, everything
you probably only have like what, 1 HP?
No, I have 7 now because I
I think
have
it's level 3.
I have 12 HP.
Oh, I was really scared I'd one-shot you with that arrow, to be honest. But you were like,
Yeah, so not everything. I'm completely invisible. But besides that, they're all asleep.
yeah, they just go like, they're like,
I
I think
think-
knock their head against a tree and stuff like that on their way down. And they're just
I think what it's like is it's like I like cast this spell and it kind of looks like a big just like ocean wave, like a tidal wave. It just
like
like
Keeper of the Lights.
and yeah, just like goes all over them. It's like all green, kind of like this bright green.
You're supposed to be throwing dust at them. It's like a wave of dust.
Yeah, it's like a wave of dust.
Alright.
And then they just all are like.
What did you do, Epicurus? Epicurus?
Feel you. You probably don't know what's going on.
Anyways, yeah.
Hey.
Hello. Do they make a Constitution save?
No, that's what's
No.
so broken about that spell.
It depends on how much HP they have. If they have
Yeah.
more HP, they don't. That
It's all based
nothing
on
happens
HP.
to them.
That is so.
It's really,
ridiculous.
it's really good against.
Alright, well, anyways,
low
this
HP
last
heroes.
goblin that's conscious rolls and hits you for. Okay.
I'm really confused.
Oh my god.
And you take 6 damage. As he takes a scimitar and it just like blazes the top of your
We have
arm.
horses.
With
We can just tie them to the best horses.
gooey donut blaze. You are tasty. You're one tasty hermaphrodite, though.
And what hermaphrodite?
Well, you've never claimed to be otherwise, so yeah.
Well, I suppose.
Yep, only
Except
fair.
for the...
Anyways, yeah.
Alright, so I'm gonna strike back at this guy.
Alright,
See if I can hit someone. Oh right, a natural 20, I crit.
Oh god.
Next minute for the next
Alright,
minute.
roll your damage. Do it.
Damn.
Hey, in 10
I'm
turns,
so excited.
I'm not invisible. That's why
10 turns, unless you do like anything aggressive.
Alright, so
Attack
4.
or-
Yeah, you like
Cast a
Plus. There should be a plus on
It's
it.
plus your dex.
Plus my dex. So that's 7. And it was a crit, so that does what to the damage?
You can roll it again.
Oh, okay. And an 8. So I do 15 damage.
Yeah, in your frustration of this goblin juking you and the last one juking you, you're just like, and just like punch and like peg his head to a tree. And then you spend like a couple seconds like trying to pull it out of the tree because you like in there.
Can I? So once I did that, I want to use my move action because I can actually move.
Yeah.
Okay. What's my move to get off the shoulder? That counts like 5 feet.
Count like 5 feet.
Okay. Then I can move 20. So
Epicurus, where do you go?
10, 15, 20. Great. I'm right.
Epicurus?
I'm invisible.
He slipped on his ring of power.
Yep.
I just said, what happened?
Are
You
you
see
like?
all your enemies.
Are you
just
like in game being like, what the hell?
Yep. Epicurus?
Blasted
These people are
sorcerers
asleep.
and there's.
I felt you, now you're...
Great.
Anyways, yeah. So there's that.
Guy dead.
I'm just like sitting. I'm just standing there, just like.
Yeah. So there's some goblins asleep here.
Yep. I walked.
And
Is it-
one
are we
his
out
head
of
stuck
initiative?
to a tree.
Are we
No,
out of
he
initiative?
fell when you
Let
pulled
me
your
tell you how
guitar
long
out.
they're asleep.
What wakes them up?
Damage. So, creatures within 20 feet of a point you choose within range are affected in ascending order of their current hit points. Starting with the creature that is the lowest current hit points, each creature affected by the spell falls unconscious until the spell ends, and the sleeper takes damage, or someone that uses an action to slap or sleep the sleeper awake. Subtract each creature's hit points from the total before moving
So
out
when
of
one of
the
them fell and hit his head against a tree, would that have
1 minute.
woken up?
Well,
If it did damage to him.
Well, if and this is me just kind of trying to gather, if he's like at a full run and just like falls asleep and hits his head against this tree,
I don't think so, but if he like falls off a cliff,
They probably if they start falling asleep, they're probably
So
like.
the answer is
like-
no.
Probably not.
They're probably
Like, if
like,
anything that helped
Anyway,
them
what I was
fall
trying to
asleep.
get, the information I was trying to get to you is the last 1 minute. There you go.
Alright.
So 10 rounds.
Well, I imagine combat's done, so.
Okay. Are we out of finish?
Sort of.
Okay.
Yeah, combat.
Until they wake up.
Unless you initiate combat again.
I just sit here really confused for now.
Okay.
I'm just glad I don't have to knock these guys over because I already like things.
I just walk past these dudes and go to the camp.
I'm standing here just really confused.
Alright,
Great, that's what I do.
I just stand in front of these golems and
What
like,
are you doing? just like to know what is transpiring for time.
I'm gonna walk up to the pile of bodies and I'm going to start executing them in their sleep.
Which, yeah, should
Alright,
consider a roll. That shouldn't need a roll.
Yeah.
They're literally
do you-
asleep.
Do you just like spike them in the neck or just like cut their throats or like what are you doing? Because it's happening.
I'm going to, take my cloak, muffle their mouth hole, and slit their throat.
Alright.
Because I don't want them to make noise to wake the
oh,
others. So.
let me try. Ah!
Do you just like smash one of them as you start executing?
I'm just like,
Leave
Due to the fact that you were drunk.
That's wild.
I should, but I won't.
Leave the last two alive.
Okay.
Yes. I'm gonna take the leather straps I have and I'm going to begin binding them.
That's kinky. Alright.
Okay, I go to the camp.
Okay.
Are you just walking around?
We're gonna
Yeah,
bind
what do I
these
see once I enter like the vicinity?
two.
Yeah, it's like I wouldn't even say it's what campground is. It's just kind of like there's like a small campfire for like cooking, like maybe about this big around, and some wooden pikes that have like squirrels attached to them. And nearby there's like a post in the ground, and there's what looks to be like column bees in pretty fucked up shape.
Great.
I'll come up to him. Well, I guess I don't know about it.
Yeah,
I'm
you
not
don't
there.
even know where they live.
Yeah, he probably doesn't even see me this if he's
Yeah, you have no reason to even know where
I
he's
know.
at.
I was like, that's why I just remember. I'm like, I'm just sitting there. I'm just sitting next to these live goblins.
Anyways, yeah, you see what you imagine to be column. It's like bloody, dirty boy that's just like
Okay.
binded.
Does he appear to be conscious?
You roll a medicine check.
Alive at all? 'Cause I don't want to get too close.
Oh, you're not getting close?
Yeah, I don't want to get close. If I'm still invisible, I don't want to get close. If I'm still invisible,
How
and I
close are you
think,
getting?
Do you even know you're invisible?
yeah.
Oh, yeah, from all my
Okay.
confusion.
Do I know he's alive?
How close are you?
Not very.
How close is not very?
50 feet.
No, you can't. You can see
don't
him.
even have-
You can see
Okay.
his figure. You
Then
can't
I-
see him.
Hide behind something until my invisibility wears out. Okay. Does that make sense?
Not really, no, but you're doing it.
You can attack.
Okay,
a
but
tree.
you understand what I want to do, right?
No, I don't.
I do.
Okay, I want to hide behind a tent, and then once my 1 minute of invisibility is up, then I want to do something. Okay? Does that make sense?
Alright,
Okay.
it's your call.
Great. So then, once my invisibility's up, I step out.
These guys wake up, by the way, when that happens.
They're dead? Well,
Or
two of them
strapped.
are.
That's right.
Together.
Not there.
No, we just look at them taking the weapons
Well,
and bound them up, and
as-
as they try to
as-
struggle, you just
Right now, we're imagining a minute has transpired. You're in their camp.
Yeah.
You're probably just getting there and noticing this. You guys are still, like, tying them up and taking your leather. Are you, like, binding their arms and legs to, like, sticks and, like...
There's trees here. You just bind
Push
one
one
over.
over. Oh, so you're tying them to a tree. Alright.
Okay.
So...
I mean, they're goblins. They're small. You could just bind, pull their arms back behind them and bind their ankles and their wrists together. And then as they squirm, you can just kick them and slap them, and they're not going anywhere.
God, that's like
So,
Nobody hates
are you
it.
saying that by the time I get to the camp, I don't have invisibility? Is that what you're saying?
It's, like, near its end.
Okay,
You're,
great.
like, waiting.
No. Once I imagine that I turn invisible, uninvisible. I'm not invisible, and then I see Colin, right?
Is this, like, a Trump protest? Or...
No. Yeah, so I'm not invisible, and I go walk up to Colin.
Alright. Yeah, you...
And I'm, like, kind of, like, saying his name
Alright.
in
Yeah,
common.
you get pretty close. And
Do I hear you guys?
Probably not. Okay, did you want me to roll a medicine check?
No. Once you say Colin, you see him like grimace and look up at you. And,
Okay.
like,
Does he seem agitated toward me?
no, he looks frightened.
Okay.
That he's seeing something walk from the shadows.
Okay.
He looks pretty like starved too. So.
Okay, great. What do? I probably just go up to him and I'm like, just like not questioning him at all, just like, everything's alright, don't worry. Like, you'll be fine. And I'm like slowly, I think I have a little knife. I like him cutting his bindings.
Alright.
And kind of just like, maybe seeing like how, like, not asking him, but like seeing how bad his injuries are.
Yeah, he seems like he's extremely malnourished, and
like if he's like very delirious and asking questions, I'm like kind of diverting my questions. I'm like, it's fine. Just...
He's like super weak and like not really talking much.
Okay, cool. So I need to roll a medicine check to see if he lives.
Well, you guess that he's gonna live. He's
okay,
just,
cool.
Like, weak.
Yeah, I'm just like just one moment, and then I just yell your name.
Epicurus?
And then I tell you to come here.
Wait, are you yelling this from the camp?
Yeah.
Go check on
Roll a
Epicurus. I'll keep.
Are you still at the people?
Yeah, I'm at those two goblins there.
So however long it took them to get there.
You're like 300 yards away. You would have to be like screaming.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
300
Probably
yards
takes a while.
away.
Wait, not 300, like 100.
Yeah, because they were closer. They were like 100 yards from the camp.
You were like 50 yards away.
And then I went back to
He
go
got
talk to them.
to about 250 yards away
Uh-huh.
before you caught up to him.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
And then we started running.
Yeah.
Which is
It's like 60 feet, so you're like probably more like 230
we're like
yards.
We're like 200 sound.
Yeah, like
Still,
200.
that's a long ass
Yeah,
way
yeah.
to like scream.
You
You'd
probably
probably hear like
dead quiet.
you probably hear like it's a forest.
Yeah.
You'd like
Oh, I'm just staring at these goblins. Just like,
But I mean, yeah, he probably hears.
you'd probably hear like a faint old man
Yeah.
yelling like,
Okay.
Go
That's
check
what
on
you do.
Epicurus. I'll keep an eye on these goblins.
Yeah, you'd hear it pretty clearly.
where's Epicurus?
You don't very well.
Sounds like he's coming from the camp.
Epicurus!
Beam him up.
Okay.
Beam
and then I
off,
just wait
man.
for this
Go
dude
to the
to
light.
get here. I wait for this dude.
Alright, yeah, it takes us about like. Are you like double timing it?
Probably just running 'cause I don't know what really happened to him.
Alright, yeah, I think that would be just fine because you have dark vision, right?
Yeah.
Alright, yeah, you just run.
Come
It
here.
takes you like a half a minute.
Epicurus!
Yes. I have other things to worry about.
Goblins?
I need you to take this boy back to the horses and back to Leal.
Do you think he needs my
Right?
knife?
That's your name, Leal?
Yeah,
whatever.
Does he need my strength? My heals?
Yes. But take him out of harm's way first. Bring him back to. On second thought, do I want to stay here? Seems odd, but
Horses first.
yes.
It is like 8:30 right
Yeah.
now.
We go to their old camp.
We could, or we could stay in this one. Well,
Back to me.
yeah, I'm just like, well, regardless. I'll stay
talking-
here.
As you guys are talking about that, you would be like noticing that these goblins are starting to like stumble and like start to get up.
Are we your boy? You go check on elf man. Go. Person. Elf companion.
No. You
Oh, I do?
other way around.
Do you want me to heal him first?
Yes.
Okay.
I am telling him what's happening. I don't want him to just be like, yeah, some magic shit's going down. I'm like,
He's
This might feel weird,
he's
but-
probably gonna be. He probably sees a giant orc dude.
yeah, this might feel weird, but
Yeah, he's
This'll make you-
absolutely terrified of you, but too weak to really do anything.
Yeah. I'm like,
And you're not a goblin, so it's always, you
Well,
know.
he's scarier than a
Somewhat.
goblin, so
That is true.
Because
he's scarier than most have orcs.
okay, great.
I'm more orc.
Yeah, I guess he
I'm more
feels
orc than human.
He's like
I guess he heals him.
60% or 43%.
Just think like that.
He's not very good at math either. That's
I guess he
the
heals him.
Alright.
I use my cure wound.
Yeah, all of his like cuts and bruises and everything like that from being kicked around and tortured by these goblins are kind of matched up, I imagine.
Do I notice this guy's really hungry too?
Yeah, he's fucking starved.
Yeah, as you like start to take out
It
food,
appears as if he has only been
you
given
start to
like
take
water
out
and
Yeah, I can probably take out some.
not
Okay.
even crumbs.
As you do that, I'm like,
His
no,
back feet.
I can do this. You go get lab.
Okay.
And
You
yeah,
want me to get the horses too?
yes.
Horses are maybe quite a ways off.
Yeah, they're probably about 400 yards away.
Yeah.
It's probably gonna be like.
Actually, did you guys leave them at that old encampment?
No,
No,
it's,
okay.
it's once we first heard the noise.
Yeah,
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 so
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 first
they're
heard the noises.
they're about 400 yards away.
Okay, great.
That's what I know.
Yeah, and so I'm like, if Colin is like, if the post was not near the fire, if it was like cold where he was, I like bring him over to the fire if I can.
Alright.
Like see if I can get him to
If
move
you like
over
throw
there.
logs on it, it's pretty low.
Okay. Yeah, I try to build it up and like kind of get him to warm up. And...
Alright.
Great. Yeah. I guess yeah, you too.
Probably run by you.
By the time you get back there, the goblins are
What are we doing here?
like squealing quite obnoxiously.
Do we need them for information? Did Leal or did Epicurus find anything?
We found the boy. He's alive.
Found the boy, he's alive. That's good. So, what do we do with the goblins?
What do you want? Probably just walk up to them and like,
Can either of you speak goblin?
nope. I can speak orc or common.
Do you guys want pizza?
Appreciate. Yeah, in a few levels I'll be able to.
But
I'm just
a
like,
useless trait for anybody of 5th level or higher.
would
I
you go-
think it's hard. Well, we can't exactly let them leave.
just go to the goblin, like,
I suppose. Do you want the honors?
As you wait, how close are you to this goblin?
like, it's close.
Yeah, he spits right in your face. And it's like smelling.
I roar as loud as possible. Into his face. Rah! And his face just ripples.
Oh god, it's glorious.
Do I need to roll for that?
No, as you roar, and you see his face, you can see it. He's like, and you see him piss himself. Like he is scared shitless. The other one is pissed. So.
Oh,
Do your wish to them. We can't exactly let them live or leave them tied here.
they're too fun to die. I'll be back. I'll get the horses.
Too fun to die.
I'll be back. I'll think about it. Keep an eye on me.
It would be more fun to just grab one of their weapons and pin them to the ground. No, they're bound. So you just, tied behind their back. So if you stick that in the ground, then they'd be stuck. They wouldn't be able to move.
Yeah, they're both screaming
fine.
like extremely loud though.
So I go ahead
I'm like,
Like they're not stopping.
go ask Epicurus.
A, they don't know what that means. B, they wouldn't. They're just like screaming for help.
right above his face. Right above his head.
That makes them scream louder. If there was such a thing. Like they're both terrified and like.
Grimir, watch them for just a moment.
I want to get the horses.
Watch them. I will talk to Epicurus and we will decide what we need to do with these two. You can have fun
Too
with them
many
in the meantime.
rules. Get go
Noise. If I come back and they're not alive, it's not the end of the world.
Who's ever talked about gagging a goblin?
Or you can just gag them and skin them if you prefer.
I'm probably gonna try to communicate with one. I'm like,
You hear Zeus shouting this guy. You guys are idiots. Keep it down there.
I pull out my skinning knife. If you want some more practice.
I use no knife, only for meat. Well,
Just
cutting.
Alright,
He
so,
cuts things up with blunt weapons.
so I walk back to Epicurus, who's busy cooking at the moment, which we all appreciate.
You see
And
me
sit-
cooking the boy over the fire.
Exactly. And I ask you if you want 2 live goblins.
Just
to
hide.
add to the
Just
mix.
hide. Just warming you up.
We have
Boy.
2 of these goblins
That's it.
still alive. Do you need them for information?
Not everything. Not likely.
Alright, I will make sure they are dispatched
I
down,
just,
and we will go gather the horses.
perhaps cut off a hand of each one that we killed.
Alright, we will do that.
Great.
Alright, so then I wander back and I tell you, standing over the goblins and be like, all we need are their hands. Left hand of each one.
And you punch them in their hands. Just like caves in the skulls of these.
That sounds like a bad monk trick. I need this hand.
Reaching to steal someone's skull without their noticing. I rolled a 20 on a stealth check. What are you gonna do about it?
roll an attack roll to see how well I did?
My pickpocket.
Sure, roll an attack roll.
That was 9.
Yeah, you get a punch. Are you like?
I'm trying to punch his skull in.
The first swing you miss and punch right into the center of the tree and take 1d4 damage.
No, because don't you get a roll with?
Suggest-
I'm kidding.
Don't you get a roll with advantage though because they're prone?
2
Yeah,
damage.
I suppose you would actually roll at advantage. So roll again.
I'm trying to save your hands. You
Well,
still get a
14.
10.
Yeah, you punch his face and yeah. I wouldn't say it's like to the tree, but it's like you punch and you can feel his skull crack.
And
I'm like-
they're on the ground anyway now.
And I see the next one. I'm like, I'm like practicing.
Just be suspended on the tree still, but just like
No, because what I ended up doing, because it would have been quicker, is I took the leather strap and I would have bound their ankles and their wrists together behind them.
okay, I do a quick bow to the next one.
So they'd be on the
I'm
ground.
like, rest in
like
peace.
this.
is.
And then I said I'd run the spear, like right here. So now there's a pull.
Oh, I thought
so
they were like
I thought they were like
vertically
away.
positioned with the tree.
No, they're like this, and like I said, now there's
I like
a
that.
pole here, so they
I-
can't do
My name is called Skull Crusher. I really like the skulls.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
You're good at it.
We're gonna try to drop kick this guy's face off.
So you punch the one in.
Punch
You
my.
can't drop what is on the ground.
I know, but.
So you just kick this guy's face.
And I'm like at the other tree. I'm like at the other guy in the other tree. I'm like warming up. I'm like trying to aim my foot where he's at. I'm just gonna run up to him and just try to kick him.
Not an attack roll. At advantage.
No. And while he's preparing to run up to this guy, tell him, no, we just need the left hands. Proceed to pick up this guy's sword off the ground and chop off his hand while he's still alive.
Wait, so you chop him off while he's alive?
Yeah, the other guy hasn't had his skull crushed in.
Yeah.
So I just hack off his hand because he said get hands for trophies.
Yeah. As you chop off the hand, his hand bindings slip off. He's still like stuck.
He's still prone on the ground too.
Yeah.
And I'm in a situation where if he
I
gets
got a
And
10.
he like struggles and then you kick his face. And he gets kicked and he like almost has a brief window to try to escape and then you just like kick his face in. Yeah. that happens.
Charlie Brown didn't miss. Didn't
Okay.
pull this football away.
Oh.
You like crush his head in?
Yep.
Okay. Alright, well that's the thing then.
Now rip his arm. Rip his hand off. Just. Oh.
So do you guys just like cut off their hands?
I'm not there, but
Yeah, then I go ahead and collect the left hand.
You probably go do that when you get the horses.
Yeah, like he goes to the horses.
Gosh, my strength.
You're like boosting yourself up as you're walking through the dark along in the forest. Just like the most football-y kind of thing you can imagine. Just like,
Yeah.
anyways.
Slapping every tree on the ass as you
I haven't
walk.
played a good game of. God, that reminds me of walking in. I'm just. Oh, that reminds me of the times of
Goblin Road.
Goblin Ball. Take a goblin's head, turn around, the goblins. Oh, good times with the orange.
Anyways, as I picture Shadow and Morta. Yeah, so I imagine you're cooking.
the boy. Yeah.
Well, certainly you wouldn't be cooking.
I mean, I probably don't have to eat fresh meat, so I'm just giving him rations.
Alright.
But I don't have my pack, so I'm waiting for the horses, which is why I call one of the horses.
So you're not cooking.
No, I probably like have a
You're
little
probably
bit of.
prepping the fire. And
Yeah,
stuff
I
like that.
probably have like a couple.
Well, it's been
rations.
like 3 or 4 minutes.
Yeah.
So you're probably just gathering wood and
Yeah.
making a bigger fire.
Great.
I don't know how long it takes me to get my. You probably hears all the screaming. just-
While I'm doing this, I'm like using my time wisely to like see if there was like a chieftain's hut, or if there was a hut, or if it was just like
They seem to just be like a group of just
Goblins.
Desperate goblins.
Cool. Yeah, wait for the horse to come back, feed the kid.
Alright.
And then, I don't question him at all. Like, I don't ask him any questions at all.
he's hardly able to talk.
Yeah.
Like he's gone like a week and a half without food.
What about water?
He's probably gotten water from like holding his head up in the rain this last couple of days. But yeah,
So, just like making sure he's kind of comfortable.
he's had it rough.
Yeah, I think that's what we do.
Alright. Okay, you come back, I imagine. And do you follow him into the camp?
Yeah, I do, because I've got 6 hands.
Yeah, if you don't have...
8 including mine. I'm almost an octopus.
We need a hand here.
If you,
Wouldn't that technically make you an octopus?
if you don't
Although
have
one
a...
of them isn't a sexual organ, so I suppose it does make you quite an octopus.
if you don't have a bag for them, I throw
One
you
of
a
an
bag.
octopus's hands is basically his dick.
Oh, I have.
Gosh, Japanese porn star right there.
Yep, right there.
That's where our hentai comes from.
Just that's why you never shake hands with an octopus either. Ooh. It's like playing Russian roulette. Anyways,
Okay.
Run an 8 chance, you'll get
Gosh.
pregnant.
God, was
a little bit better than a 6-shooter, but not
Very
quite as much
advanced
fun.
fingering.
So yeah, you guys are cooking food, I imagine.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And I imagine you've cut this boy like.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
one of the...
Oh yeah. So
Yeah, he's like next to the fire eating.
yeah, once he gets food, you can tell he's like scarfing it down.
You
which-
might want you want.
I don't know if you guys know about
directions?
starving people, but he,
Yeah,
like,
you
pukes
shouldn't
it up.
feed them.
Yeah,
you should.
he like scarfs down food. And,
I'm
like,
rationing his rations.
You should, otherwise you'll kill him by overfeeding him.
Yeah.
if he doesn't vomit first.
And then I guess, we like tie up the horses again and like unroll our bedrolls and...
Alright, are you
Yeah,
guys
we-
keeping watch or?
We probably shouldn't stay here very long. I understand the idea of needing to stabilize Colin as best as possible in the meantime.
But you don't want to
But
sleep
if
in the
there
dragon's
are more goblins around here,
I'm
if
more
they were
afraid of
out scattered,
beasts
they're
scenting the
going
scent
to
of the
be
goblin.
coming back. If they didn't run off from all the screaming.
I'm more sense that beasts will come sending the blood like spill garbage blood.
I didn't understand the word.
Something about beasts coming.
What?
So,
Sandy scent goblin's blood?
Translate what Grimir said. We can handle anything. Any more goblins? I don't think we should have to worry.
I will wrestle any beast or goblin that comes here.
As
I
you
will
say
rip
that,
their
you hear
jaw
a
apart.
mighty roar as you see a Tarrasque. You said any beast?
I rip their
I'm
jaw
done.
apart.
I'm sorry. There's a Tarrasque. I'm out of here.
No, I'm kidding.
Uh,
It's an empty thread, I promise right now.
Yeah, we're till the 20s, man. We might have to be worried about that.
Yeah. No, probably not, actually. You guys hit 20, it's like hard.
Tarrasques are still scary at that 8 level. They're scary at any level.
You can't kill it. You can't even wish it to death because it can choose once per turn to make any magical effect that hits them. But
Yeah, it's like you got
That's why you have to have 2 people wish it.
you're like the one way to beat it's like I have a bunch of like range.
it has
Arcane
like
attack.
an enormous wisdom save, so it's harder than hell to hit him with it. Plus, the wish you can't wish something. Like
Unless you're in D&D 3.5.
Actually,
it's-
no, it was 3.5 where they can do the spell save. I think now it's actually to where they're just spell immune.
Well, yeah, because
And
3.5 you had some insane spells.
okay.
Phantasmal.
There was a
So
D&D
are we
fanatic
sleeping
that
here?
Yeah, are
I
you
had,
guys, like,
my math class?
Watching? Are you guys taking turns watching?
Yeah, we
Or
need
Yeah.
to at least
watch?
set one.
We're
3.5, he had like he was really
Alright, what watch is what order?
I take the first one.
I can take the rest.
I
I am an elf.
So yeah, well, he's meditating, I imagine.
Because I only need the 4 hours.
Roll on 20.
4.
I don't feel safe, so I have my armor still
Okay,
on.
before an encounter happens, I would like to frame a scene. For my character. Okay. Great. Yeah. So, I think that what we see is like it's kind of related to the one that we saw earlier, where like all the food was gone and the food got raided and it was like we lost all our shit. Well, presumably my family. And yeah, we like kind of see the same people in the same kind of situation, but I'm like kind of a couple of years older, and we see me sitting like in front of what seems to be like our slightly replenished food supply. It's dark out and you can tell that like we've made camp and stuff. I'm sitting there and like I can hear we hear what seems to be like a wolf come up to the camp, and like I turn around, and the wolf sees me, and then I fall backwards onto my back, and as this wolf like lunges at me, like just this like blast of like blue comes out of my hands, and this wolf just dies, and you definitely see Epicurus is just like, what in the hell? Just kind of like, what happened? Yeah. It's kind of like Spider-Man, like discovering he has webs. Just like, what was that?
What did I do?
Yeah. And like I scream, and then you see my parents. What you assumed to be my parents come out, and we're just kind of like all aghast.
I like always assumed to be parents.
Yep. Assumed.
Really, he was born. He's half halfling and half dragon. His father is of course named.
Well, if
The sorcerers do have a known trait to be related to dragons.
yeah, if you do the dragon origin, that makes sense. But he's doing wild magic origin, so he's got magic from a chaotic descent.
So which is where the primordial comes from, because his father's really just an idiot.
His dad was Ragnar's. Spoiler alert.
Wow.
You don't want to know about Hammer Time, dude. Just don't.
Sulfuros.
Yeah, I think like the end of the scene is like my parents picking me up and like yeah, everybody's just like really like what in the hell just happened? But I'm glad you're alive, type of thing. Yeah.
Both nuts
Do I gain inspiration from that?
Alright.
Yeah.
Does anybody else have any questions? Or, like, how old do you think you were?
Like probably 15 or so.
Now is that in human years or in half?
Well, he
years?
said 15 years old, so he's 15 halfling years old. Which is
Halflings and a half?
Halflings live like slightly older than, like
Yeah.
maybe like 30 years.
It would be like 7 or 8 human years.
Yeah.
Like he's really
He's a
old.
young boy, like barely.
Yeah. Zach now is like a really old for it.
Like he's still playing hopscotch in Pokemon Sapphire. Like he's young.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah. So, anybody else want to make a scene? And I don't mean crying at Walmart and stopping your baby. Like,
That needs to be somebody's scene. Just them in like a market stall.
I can see Grimir just being like, "Mom, I want a warhammer. You're too young for that. Use a flail."
Well, I'm just dreaming of just playing soccer with a goblin's head.
Great.
Nice.
That's yeah.
Sadly, I got really sad because I missed a goal shot. I'm like, because I blame it that the goblin's head collapsed a little bit when I kicked it.
All right.
Yeah.
My
It's,
paw said I was too strong to kick
Yeah.
it. I'm strong.
He's
Good
on a
sign.
team called the
Probably
Patriots.
Probably like still like immature, maybe like
28.
I'm 20. I'm like 21 now.
Oh, okay.
Then there's a whole scandal about deflated goblin heads.
Oh boy, Aaron
It's,
doesn't get that
I
joke.
already went
That's a
up.
Patriots joke.
Yeah, I understand that. Really good. That's the one thing.
Yeah, we have two particularly young characters in one.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
One kind of old one, one insanely baby-faced young
Okay.
kid elf, and then just like
He rolled a 4.
Yeah. So go ahead and roll a 1d4, Zach.
I don't have that kind of dice. I just have a 1d4.
Yeah. So you fall
There's
asleep,
3 something.
and then you would roll a perception check. No, you're asleep. You wouldn't be living those.
So perception. Yeah, that's not a charisma, that's wisdom. So I roll a 13.
Alright, yeah. So, you don't realize until they're fairly close, but you notice that you see some glints of lights in the forest, what look to be eyes. You see 3 pairs of them, and pretty soon you realize that they are some wolves that you would assume have heard about these goblins. Well, heard these goblins screaming, and they're looking for scraps. So, yeah. You see them on the edge of the campfire, like peering in on you.
You wake me up at all?
Yeah, I go first to Grimir and shake him. But
Ah, damn it, Mr. Cole.
grab your flail. That's all I say, and then I move on to wake
You
up.
like
the
whispers,
rest.
so like you like having to say this fairly loud for him.
Do I run out of
Do I realize that they're wolves at this point, or I just think they're eyes?
Oh, you're a hunter, so yeah, you would.
So I realize
easily
they're
recognize
wolves?
Yeah.
Alright, so I do it in a very loud, obnoxious manner.
Alright, they're kind of startled by that,
wolves?
and
Huh? Wolves? You got my flail for wolves.
as you hear that, you hear like this low growl as they kind of back up a little bit.
Can I do my another like can I do intimidation roll?
Yeah, well, I think
Intimidate some wolves.
Are these tile wolves or
Tile wolves.
you're saying wolves?
What's
I know.
15 plus?
Yeah.
4, so it's a 19.
So what do you do to intimidate them so scarily?
I'm just like I just roar at them.
He lifts his kilt.
See this? See this jab? Anyways,
I just like stump the ground, just slam it.
as you like scream at them, you hear like this yelping sound as they like trot off. I suppose would be a good word for wolves, like jogging. And they seem to disappear back into the forest.
I thought they were goblins. You got me out for a wolf.
Well, you would have seen them, and you would be seeing them fairly clearly.
I was asleep though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah.
Good eyes, elf.
So do you go back to sleep?
Probably do. Back to
Like,
good goblin soccer.
Just like already back, and then I imagine you're just
I go
keeping watch.
back to watch.
Alright,
Gives
yeah.
me a soft
So the night goes through, and yeah, we survive. Merry Christmas.
Good. Eventually, I'll become the boy who crawls, or the scarlet figurine that calls wolves.
Yeah. So it's
No wolf?
what time do you guys wake up?
I've been awake for a while.
What time do you guys wake up?
Whenever I
I
start
think we
seeing
wake
light,
up like
I wake up when I
light,
see light.
but I don't think we leave till Colin wakes up like naturally.
He hasn't really been sleeping.
Oh.
He's been like weirdly like been tossing and turning in his sleep. Like
You probably won't get up when I did that roar.
yeah, he like hasn't slept since that roar. But
Okay.
yeah.
Anyways, yeah, probably when I wake up, then I like start to talk to him. I'm like,
You mean trying to talk to him?
I'm probably still asleep there when that happened. So I lost some beauty sleep. So
You lost a lot of beauty sleep.
we are adventurers, but we're here to rescue you. Whether you expected it or not, we're here now, and that's what matters.
Yes, thank you.
We're going to take you back to the farm that
Oh.
you were at.
Alright.
We shall. We'll
the
leave in a couple
goblins
hours.
gone?
Yes, they're all done.
Smash, smash.
Were there just the 6 goblins with you?
I saw 6. There weren't very many, but
We probably should have asked him
Cool
this
things.
question before the night was over.
he wasn't like talking at all right before like
Okay.
between actually having food in his stomach and some water and like warmth and not really sleep, but like
Yeah,
like some kind of tranquility at least, to say the least. Like you can imagine like being chained to a pole with goblins
No
around
damn
wasn't
just
exactly
saying.
pleasant. Yeah.
Okay.
So you
Yeah,
just talk and try to calm him down, basically, to make him feel comfortable.
Come here. You should lend the boy your horse.
I'm gonna
Are you riding him inside?
No, I'm on my horse, and then he's not on his horse.
So are you heading back?
I
to
guess since only one of us has a saddle on my horse.
I'm used to carry Epicurus all around, so I got the less weight on that, but I do walking anyway. So it's like I'm used to it. I'm just like it felt weird that I was on a horse in the first place. Not used to riding horses.
Alright, yeah. So it takes you about 3 or 4 hours to get back. Now that you're not tracking, you can pretty much remember the path, considering it's day for the most part. So yeah, you get back into town. How do you enter the town? Like, is there
Wait,
any
do we go back to the farm first?
Triumphant one.
'Cause
Oh,
we're-
are you going back to the
Yeah,
farm?
we should go to the farm.
We
Yeah.
have to get the boy back, yeah.
Yeah, we give their boy back.
We take the boy to the town before we take it back to his father. Yeah, totally. He's the precious master.
You just don't think about bringing it back to.
That's what I probably would have done. I would get to the town like, oh shit, yeah, it goes that way. Oh.
Yeah.
So as you guys are riding your horses back, he's
Yeah, once we get out of the woods, yeah.
kind of been dozing off in the travels. Well, that he's pretty weak.
Yeah, probably. I have the horse by the rope. I'm just walking.
Yeah. And as you guys are walking out, it's like 10:30ish, and you walk in, and Adley the farmer comes in and it's like, "Oh, Colin, it is good to see you," and just like really relieved, runs up to the horse, and the horse kind of trots towards him, and he carries him off the horse, and it's like, "Good God, what has happened to you, boy?" And takes him inside. Do you guys like follow him?
I
Probably
kind of
small.
like trot up on my podium. I say, we can't stay long, but he should be fine as long as you take care of him.
And
Thank you.
don't
Thank you very much.
overfeed him. Give him a while to adjust.
I understand. It's not my first poor unfed boy that has wandered into a farmhouse.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
We're glad to do this favor.
Yes.
We are in town. If you ever need other aid, we did not find your horse or your gold, but
Still, I very much appreciate it.
yes.
What is your name?
Jacoby the Dragon.
Jacoby.
That's literally what I said.
And
Oh,
we turn
I did
right
find
off.
some. I did find some gold.
You're gonna be known as Jacoby the
And then
Dragon.
I know
That's gonna be
he
so
says that, and
weird.
then I'm like, I this is my friend Epicurus.
Okay. Yeah.
Is that what you say?
Yeah.
He looks thoroughly confused, but his admiration and happiness to see you guys is like, oh, okay. And you're probably like at a distance and not really in the conversation as you do. Again.
But like I said, we don't have much time. So good day. Good day.
I did find some gold actually. I give him 3. I use my own.
Thank you very much.
Epicurus is a nice person. Yes.
Plays a guitar solo.
Okay, yeah, we'll go back to town now.
Final solo. He's like strumming his rake as he's like digging some beats.
He's like, yeah.
He's playing some sick beats.
He's playing those sick beats by Dre.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, so you guys
They're
wander
very
in town.
right.
Where do you guys go?
I go
Well, how do we prove that the kid's back though? Did we get
by
a work on
saying,
farmer?
go check out the farm. Have fun. Give us our money once you did it.
Are you in the town hall saying this like that to him?
I mean, not specifically. Can I be
No.
Yo,
I go
yo,
in my
Seamus, my
black
home
Snoop
Dizzle.
Dogg
Check
hat,
out the
like-
farm, bro.
Can I
Give
be
me
in town
that
hall?
dough.
I mean, you're walking, not me. Can you tell me?
Great.
Where you going?
Yeah, I'm at the town hall, and I go to Seamus.
Right.
And I maybe find him at his table or whatever. I'm just like, it's done.
How is the boy? Is
He's
he all
alive.
It's very,
Oh,
very
thank
nice.
We'll be at the end. Send our payments when you're done. Thank
Alright,
you.
thank
and
you
I
very
leave.
much. Alright. Fine then.
We will return shortly with our
Stop
order.
dialogue. Get on with it. Get on
Like we
with
done
it.
3 things for you in 2 weeks. I don't care anymore.
I'm just like trying to leave before you can refute the
Boy,
no, you can't bring the orc
bandits,
into the town.
good night.
Actually,
I think it works.
Yeah.
Are we up tonight for the first time?
That was 3 weeks ago.
Okay, sorry, over the course of 3 weeks.
It's like once a week. It's like a job or something being an adventure.
Well,
Anyways,
we get to do this one quickly between the last session.
anyways, yeah, so he quickly writes out his desk as you look out and you go to bed.
Do I think? Actually, yeah. I guess I have this conversation with you. Can any of you speak to animals?
Nope.
Specifically birds.
I'm afraid I cannot.
You can speak ass.
I don't think I can speak.
If I find an orc druid that can ask you for it. Okay.
Or druid, that just seems peculiar.
One might say it's Epicurus.
I think perhaps what I plan on doing is going to what's the shaman's name?
Worma, the orc one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Worma. Okay.
WURMHA.
I'm going to go. I need to go speak with Worma. Tell her we can come to town and.
Oh, that's a couple
All
days.
is well.
Is that a trip? That's like a day's trip,
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah. I think this is probably. It.
Well, with the horses, we can go a bit
Oh
better.
yeah, it'll be like half the time.
I
And,
think
we'll find more adventure along the way.
Gosh,
Maybe.
to my other kids.
See, what time of day is it?
It's probably about 11 o'clock, 11:30 now.
So we could make it to the orc camp by nightfall.
Yeah.
And
But I
literally,
think-
as you're saying this, messenger runs into the inn again. And it's a different messenger. He's looking, he's like, "Is there an Epicurus in here?"
I don't know how you were able to look that up, but I guess he's on it.
Yeah,
You can press a
you
dissipation to
actually
do that?
probably can't.
He
Yeah,
jumps
no,
up
I'm
on
like-
the table.
Are you,
and
on,
going to
are you on
stand.
like a kid stool, like from your chair?
I'm like trying to raise his hand up.
You're like, you shit your pants as you try to lift this half orc. So, he lifts you and goes, hey, here you go. The messenger seemed to be scared shit.
Thank you.
Yeah. So.
I don't understand your ways.
Now I get to do that.
I don't know what you're doing.
We say it's not fun.
I like my name.
Yeah, you each get 32 gold.
Oh,
Just scared.
42?
32.
32 split.
32.
32 split.
Each of you get 32.
Oh, man.
And then you get an extra 20.
Okay.
Me?
No, he does.
Oh.
32 so I get 52.
he gets an extra 20 for being Epicurus. That's pretty cool.
Nice.
Well, I thought I did that because I did a good deed if I gave someone free gold.
No, you wouldn't have known about that.
Do I get a little piece of paper or anything?
I thought maybe that's maybe why I got it. Yeah,
No, it's just like a big sack of gold. Like
Oh,
it's
okay.
like.
Well, then how does he know that? How does he know that? How does Epicurus know that he gets 20 extra gold if there's nothing that's like?
You wouldn't know. You'd have to ponder about that. Ask questions.
But if it all came in one big bag of
Yeah,
gold,
exactly. That's what I'm trying to get at.
Well,
Probably was like a little big just for this
yeah,
morning.
like he has heard about your party before, so I imagine you would have divided it up. But yeah,
Oh, okay, so then does each person have a specific gold bag?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So then I get 20 extra gold because I would imagine that I would see my bag, right?
But it is for Epicurus. And you
yeah,
call me
he handed
Epicurus.
the extra, like the big bag to Epicurus.
Oh, okay.
And
Gotcha.
this is gonna be so confusing for me, by the way, having to realize who addresses you by as what, you motherfucker. Like, so difficult. Anyways, yeah. So you get 52 gold, you get 32, you get 32.
I see what you mean by this name. I like it.
Anyways, yeah. So you guys are looking to go to Worma's?
I
Epicurus,
don't want to
it's
do
an
that.
ancient dwarf name for finder of lost gold.
Okay. I prefer my skull crush.
Grimir Kata Mazu. Let's cut that.
Really?
Because the other two were not that good for Skull. It's the best one that fits Nazur. Nazur.
Corn for the corn god.
I
He's a heavy metal
am
god, that
the
one.
great mighty fool, and I'm gonna throw my shit at you. With a
monkey
new
in your
supplies
van.
of fish, from my chocolate starfish. How about some scat, you little twat? Da-dum.
Did you just say he was a Saskatchewan little twat?
No, he's gonna do some scat.
Will it take you survive?
Let's get
here?
better.
Don't think to know
Duh.
what quick to
Scat.
win.
Come on.
Sweet
Oh,
Holy
Scatman.
Who wants ranch? This was
Me.
like, this was like,
Grab a spoon.
this is like a normal amount. It's just like, I'm here now. Yeah, just take like half that. Way more than one. There you go. Thank you for not making me waste that.
You're
I don't
welcome.
think only Gavin knows what I'm referring to with that.
Scatman?
I am the great mighty fool.
Well, scat is the name of a style
Unfortunately, I know.
of singing.
Yeah, I know.
But
There's
it's
a guy
also-
called Scatman.
It's
Look up
also
Scatman.
a name
I was
for
gonna
It'd be
show
alright
this.
if I had some cranberries.
So he's probably a really shitty singer, is what that gets. I've made scat man jokes before.
That's what I was thinking. It's literally an opera.
Yes, what are you guys doing?
I'm figuring
What a
out
song.
when I can.
Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, Zach and Aaron, you both get an an initiative or
I
whatever.
already have an inspiration already. That's why I didn't put that much effort into
Well, you would have lost it the day before, because you lose all inspiration the day after.
it.
Right, Zach?
Yeah, I already got it. I got it back.
And then, Andrew, if you had an inspiration, it is gone.
I'm not inspired.
Alright, cool.
I'm rather neutral when it comes to
I
inspiration.
think we rest and then we leave.
Yeah.
Like a day?
Yeah,
Alright, cool.
like we leave tomorrow.
We should ask him about Wormu, that is.
Burma.
Worma, whatever. About little green glowing men that this drunkard supposedly saw once upon midnight jury while he stumbled, drunken, weary.
As you're in the inn, too, you see what you recognize to actually be the blacksmith walk in.
Oh, that's a lot of ranch.
Oh my god. How do you turn it up, Aaron? Yeah, hit FN. There's Scatman.
God, this is like
God,
man,
we're gonna
like
make a mess.
1980s.
At least he understands what scat is. Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, the blacksmith actually walks into town. He's like, I think I have done it. I think I've made something like to which you have
This is
said.
like old rap right here.
You're probably a little confused as to why he popped out of nowhere. You probably remember afterwards that he had mentioned that he would try to
Improve upon the catharsis.
Yeah.
Yes.
He had looked at it and made it and actually designed. He wasn't able to quite get what you were
Trying to do.
going for the like mechanism to make it like retract. He didn't quite understand that.
There's no mechanism to make it retract.
Sorry.
These aren't the really fancy guitars.
We dealt with the speed.
He sounds like one of those radar, like it's like. Anyways, yeah, he comes in and he pulls out these beautiful looking guitars that have like this, like just perfect edge on them, and they have like this deep lead groove. And they actually have like an armored gauntlet looking thing over here. Very arms and feet. And he's like,
Some people can only
Yeah,
have this
I made
voice.
these and
Beef.
I've brought them up with like some known warriors and whatnot like that in town, like some guardsmen, and they tend to like the idea. I was wondering if you'd be interested in buying them sometime.
Do 1.5.
How much?
No.
It's 20 gold for the set.
It is a far superior design to these, although these are quite sufficient, I must say. I would be more than... It would be an honor to try out your latest creations. I reach in for the 20 gold.
Yeah,
They're
and I'd be happy
just-
to buy back the prior one if you have no use for them. I might be able to convert them into said design for about 5 gold.
Or at least use the daggers again.
Yeah. I mean, unless you want them.
Oh no, one set is fine.
Can you play it backwards?
Nope.
I can snapshot it and play it backwards.
I've been
Anyways,
to,
yeah, so do you sell them the old ones?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it would basically only cost you 15 gold. Instead of 20?
It's a different website.
Yeah, and they deal 1d8 damage instead of 1d6 each. Yes.
Alright.
Anyways, yeah, so he seems to be like super proud of the idea. Yeah, they're pretty cool looking.
What, sorry? Oh, there's an extension. Or plugin.
What are you guys doing?
I am writing up some new raps.
Is this like Sweet Ranch?
You're on
It's
video.
more farm.
And that makes me very, very happy. And it's just like Aaron at one point in the video just like
Well, that's kind of sweet.
you have ranch in your beard, by the way.
That's from.
No.
You still have ranch in your beard.
That's fine.
Alright.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes more sense now.
Yeah, I don't know if it's just an off-brand ranch, so it's kind of like ranch, but not really.
This is really weird.
It tastes sweet. It's good.
Hey, it's okay. Excellent. I am probably like preparing for the travel we're doing.
Oh yeah. You
Okay.
guys were like waiting a day, weren't you?
Yeah.
Now do I go?
Anyways,
Okay.
yeah, so you guys, what time do you leave the next morning probably? And are you guys like
We'll go here.
thinking that this is a session right now, or?
When we asked them earlier, did they know anything about the green lights and the little green glowy men in the forest?
Who?
The orcs.
You're not there yet. You haven't left yet.
Oh, that we were. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, that one. Sorry, what?
It was somewhere that I couldn't remember.
Oh.
I'm just confused
Yeah,
by
yeah.
the little green
Like,
glowy
write
men
down that we want to ask him about those Sprite things. I'll write it down too.
and the 7-Ups.
Sprite things were yeah, we're not gonna do that this session, but yeah. I guess you can give us a recipe. We can figure out how to do that. Details.
I guess I got some in my car. I can just go grab a notepad.
Oh, I have no pen. Do you want a little sticky note?
Yeah. I'll try to make sure just to grab the legal pad. I got some in my car, but
Overview. No, go back. That's it. Over here. Extensions. Now go to details. Oh, second file, close order. Okay, we don't want that one. Second reverse, rewind. Or reverse.
Yeah, you guys each get 340 XP.
Great.
it's nothing close to a level.
It's gonna scale pretty drastically though for what it takes to level.
1,430. What I got?
Is that your total?
Use your reverse geocode? No. Make your videos. go down. I can't use my left hand. Add a button on to reverse the order. Add the button to reverse the order of watch later. Nope.
What do you do?
Trying to find a reverse or just type in YouTube rewind or YouTube.
Or we could just record it on Snapchat and play backwards.
There it is.
If time to pause. No, I don't think that's it. I think that's in a row, an actual video. Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Did anybody level up?
No.
Okay.
Nope.
What level is everybody?
3. 3. Oh, YouTube backwards or something. Backwards. Down, go down. Don't forget to, yep, that one. You'll need software to do it with that.
Yeah, too much work.
Yep, too much.
It's easier for the gammas to record it.
Is this backwards?
Fast forward.
How many times? 3?
No, 1.5. Like 2.
Can you imagine Eminem rapping
No, this
God
is-
that fast?
What's he saying?
He's a shit man.
He's just a cat. He doesn't like us very much. I mean, you can relate.
It's not. It's so fast.
Aaron's face, for some reason, makes me think from the bright light that he's like a third grader opening up like a calculus book. He's like, it literally sounds like You know what? I like goblins in combat.
Nope.
And you don't have to keep track of their health because they can remember it.
7.
Yep, they're pretty.
Usually just takes one hit and you're dead.
When you hit zigzag, I was like, oh. How do you describe someone taking 6 out of 7 of their health with fire damage?
Burnt almost to a crisp. He's gonna get a discount on his cremation.
Is this slow motion?
What do you think?
Is this like a remix?
Nope. That was great. Scatman's gone. That's beginning though. What the? My ring's open.
Anyways, guys, nice session.
Oh, that was good.
We almost died to
Two
some
now.
goblins.
Go.
No, you guys did alright. You took half health. Nobody else took damage.
I took
Besides
6
you.
damage out of like 22.
Yeah.
I need to get some armor.
You can't wear armor.
I know, so there's gotta be some other way I can boost my AC.
It's called leveling up and getting dex at level 4.
I'm at 16, so it'll put me to 17, and I don't get any extra out of that. Oh yeah, you're 17.
You get 2 bonus.